You have now entered the Stormcast. Cruising speeds are set. The destination has been mapped. You are now on a journey with the greatest host, the Stormcast. Action Jack, Nintendo Cisco, Geronimo, Trey Vito, Sandstorm McDowell. Hypervision goggles should be securely fastened to properly see the truth presented. Get ready, Stormtroopers, for another Stormcast. Grab your snacks, grab your drink. Don't blink, or you'll miss the Stormcast. Here we go.
Turn this up!
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are here for another Stormcast. Hopefully, you guys can hear me because I definitely can't see you. I'm here with the rest of the Storm crew. We got Storm crew. Yeah, it is the
Hey,
Storm
go
crew.
with
Man,
it.
it's been so long, bro.
Let's
It has
run.
been so long.
Let's just run with it for right now. Yeah.
We got the man, Jack. Jack, how you doing, man?
I'm good, my brother. I feel like I've been batting zero on video games this past couple of days. I don't know what it is. Like everything I've played, I think it's been something that somebody else told me was good. And not to say like all these games were bad. They just didn't sit with me. And so one of them is one you and I talked about, Sandstorm, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make it. Like I don't think I'm gonna make it, my boy. So unfortunately, it's been that way. But nonetheless, I am happy. I'm blessed. I'm glad to be here, man. And be a part of the show again because I feel like it's been almost 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's been. I want to say it's been 3 weeks actually.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. Well, we here now, so we back. We backing at it again. We got Geronimo in the building. Geronimo, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm good. I'm back. Vacation done. I'm a little refreshed and everything. I have a new mic. It's off screen. Sorry if I sound weird. I haven't got to mess with it as much as I'd like to.
Okay.
But yeah, let me know if I'm too quiet or too loud or too nothing. But yeah, glad to be here rocking out with y'all.
Oh, it's all good. We appreciate you coming through as usual.
Mhm.
And then we got the co-host Trey Vito. Vito, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How's everybody out there? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
It's interesting because I think it is my it's my Twitter side that's like not giving me any love. I don't know why it's I don't know. The whole thing is being weird. It took me forever to try and get the reason why I couldn't see y'all is because like I was trying to get Instagram up and Instagram like wasn't messing with it. It was just like nah G. Nah, them too many words you putting in there. Nah. Gotta change that. Nope, that ain't right either. And so like, and now Twitter's doing the same thing. Like, nah, bruh. You're gonna have to change that up. So it's so many words in here. Okay. Summer games, we'll just shorten it. How about that? We'll shorten it and make it short and sweet. There we go. Okay. All right, cool. And then we got the homie coming in. I actually was, y'all didn't know, but I was really just like procrastinating because we got Nintendo Cisco in the building.
Big stalling.
It's good, Cisco. Welcome down.
With that being said, y'all know how we do. We gotta go ahead and pray in because it has been quite a while. So, Father God, thank you for allowing us to come here today. Everybody showing up and safe space where we can talk about the things that we love, the hard things, the things that we are going through, the stressful things, and the great things that you have provided us. We appreciate you. We love you and honor you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to start off because it's been 3 weeks. It's plenty of time for y'all to be playing video games. And if you like, well, not exactly like me, because I've been doing a lot of talking on Twitter. But if you somewhat like me, then you spent a lot of time playing video games between that time. So with that being said, Jack, what have you been playing lately?
So, I tried Replaced. It came to Game Pass, and I have PC Game Pass, and I just can't get into it. I'm trying. I put it down for a little bit. I pick it back up. It just ain't tickling my fancy. So I don't know what to do with that. I thought I was going to be playing NBA The Run this weekend, but I didn't get selected to do the beta test. So hopefully, just watching people play it will be suffice. It's due to be out in June. So I'm looking forward to see what they took from this play test and see what they're going to tweak and change. Outside of that, got my wife, like I said, on Dreamlight Valley, the Disney game.
Yeah.
So just watching her play that from time to time. What else have I been playing? Hoopland, got back on that. because Hoopland is just amazing. I try to get back into like 2K, and this just
It ain't doing it, huh?
It ain't doing this too much. I think it's at the point now to where you have to be perfect in your release to even make a shot. Like you can't be off just a little bit or be under just a little bit. Like you got to be exact. And I'm like, this isn't a game. Like this is perfection at this point. You gotta be perfect. Play this. But other than that, me and my son went through Marvel Cosmic Invasions, and we beat that.
Nice.
I'm trying to think, what else did we play? There was probably like a few other games that we dabbled in. You know, I got real heavy on my PC with Car Mechanic, you know, all those little simulators that really are only on PC. Some of them do come over to Xbox sometimes, but you know, for the most part, they're best played on PC. But other than that, man, just kind of really taking it easy for the most part, because you know, getting ready and gearing up to get baptized tomorrow. So been going through,
Congratulations.
Yes, sir. So yeah, just been going through a lot of, you know, spiritual stuff this past couple weeks. So really, even in my gaming, that was in a span of like just a week. There wasn't anything crazy because I just been heavy on that. But yeah, man. So I feel like that's a fantastic birthday present for myself, you know, because my birthday is on the day I'm getting baptized. So yeah, so that's the thing I'm doing to kind of up my levels in the game of life, really. So
Wow.
yes, sir.
Yo, can we get a clapping hands emoji for my boy Jack? That's crazy. Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate it. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. That's what's up, man. You know, I'm gonna say this, and it deserves a pause in the music. It is one thing to enjoy and be a part of somebody's birthday, but it is an immensely bigger thing to like journey with somebody and then they get baptized. Like that's a big thing, man. I don't want to take that lightly. That's a huge thing to know you before that time and your journey and your walk all the way up until this point, and then like that's huge, man. So I just want to say really, really, really congratulations on that.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a big step. It's a big step, but it was a necessary step. So yeah, I mean, it's just kind of moving forward from there. You know what I'm saying? Getting the kids right, you know, and that was a big thing because, like I said, gaming has been good for like a week, but really it's just been on like a tour, more or less of like a apology tour, because my kids looked at me crazy. They're like, Dad, why are you apologizing to us? And I'm like, honestly, bro, I ain't been keeping y'all in tune. Like, granted, I've always known, and we go to church or whatever, but you know, just having y'all scrolling on the phone all day, not really putting y'all on game on what's going on and you know how y'all should be looking at things. I'm like, that's on me. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, "No, you good, Dad." I was like, I hear you, but you know, they don't think it's something that's worth apologizing. But I was like, honestly, you know, y'all could have been in a better situation, or even, you know, just allowing y'all to kind of possibly stumble into some mess on TikTok and Instagram. And even though I didn't want them to have it, you know, their mother let them have it. So the best I can do now is just to help them protect themselves, you know?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's just been my journey for the better part of the past 3 weeks, really, since we've been out. But yeah, for the gaming stuff, that in life, man.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. With that being said, all right, Cisco, what you been playing lately, man?
Wow, what 3 weeks?
Yeah, it's been. Yeah, I said the same thing. I'm like, dang, it's really been a long time.
It really has.
Yes, wow. No, because I feel like it was even longer than me. For me, I feel like I wasn't there for that final episode because something came up. I don't remember, but man, gaming. I've been working most of this time, so it's been a lot of work. I got sick. You know, all it took was one kid to sneeze in my face, and that was that.
When I saw that message, I was like, dang.
Yeah, it was bad. I'm still got it a little bit. But I'm at the tail end of it. No, at work it's spreading like crazy. Like it's like a zombie virus. In the mornings, I like open the doors for staff before and let students in, and you just see everyone coming in with like a nasty face, like, I'm so glad I'm done with that. So I've been getting a little bit of gaming in between. I finally finished one game, which was Pokemon Gale of Darkness.
I saw that.
Game's done.
Yeah,
Finally,
congratulations.
after
How
the
do you
many
feel about
attempts. Great, I feel good. The hard part is that it's a Pokemon game, and so for me, like, I want to go into like post game and everything, but so far I've cut myself off. I'm like, no more. You're done. You're done. You're not gonna be. You can't even transfer the mons out of there into home, so it's like there's not really any point in really investing into that game like post game. But I beat it, saw the credits, caught the Dark Lugia. Finally, I can say I'm one of the people that has done that. Now, got my first like full paycheck yesterday, so I went crazy. I went to GameStop. I was like, listen, I've been broke for years. Like, okay. I'm like, you got Tomodachi Life? No, we don't have that. You got Mega Man? Yes, we have that. Put it on there. Okay, you want to bring me? No. Can I pre-order Splatoon? Can I pre-order?
Yeah.
I'm like,
you in the balling.
Everyone.
Throwing money in their face.
Yeah, give me everything. I saw the Rosalina amiibo, the big one. I was like, give that one, throw it in there. So, and then I was like, I was in my car like, oh, can we pre-order Pokemon? Maybe I can pre-order that one. But like, yeah, it was so I bought a lot of new games. Haven't really gotten too crazy into them. I did buy the Kirby Air Riders. I saw Vigil. He put that up in the Twitter. And I like, Costco selling them for like $30 each. So I don't have Kirby Air Riders. That was like one of the ones I skipped. And so I've been playing. I got it. Been playing that. Not too much. I think I'm only like maybe 2 hours into that. I got another big one though, which was Pragmata. So I'm like really excited. I haven't gotten that far. I think I got to like the first boss. I think I was like 3 hours in. So far, absolutely loving it. But being sick, the combination of like work and being busy with that, and also in Marvel Rivals there's like a blood hunt mode right now where it's like the zombie mode where you're like going around fighting all these vampires and going through bosses, and you're trying to get better gear to climb up the ranks. So I've been very addicted to that. So that is taking a lot of my gaming time away. So Pragmata, I haven't been as many hours in there, but I'm pretty excited. I mean, now that I have the Pragmata, now that I have Mega Man, those are the two games I really wanted. Tomodachi Life is a super ancient relic that's so rare that everyone is like, it's like the One Piece. Everyone's looking for that right now. I don't know. There's no Tomodachi Life in my area at all. So that's
really
cool. Yeah.
Wow.
I can believe it. I
don't know. Is that because it's super popular and everyone's buying it up?
Yes, it is.
It's gotta be popular. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's somebody was saying like they couldn't find it at all either, and like every major store doesn't have it, and every major store said they ran out. So
yeah, because you have to factor in that was geared towards the Switch 1. It wasn't advertised towards the 2. So you're still talking about 150 plus people already back on the Switch. Now you got whatever we got on the Switch 2. Yeah, they ate that up because there was no Switch 2 version.
Well, if it does well and people are loving it, I'm cool with waiting on that one. Like I said, I got the Pragmata Mega Man, so I can wait. I'm not in a hurry to get Tomodachi Life, but man, I didn't know you could like make custom pets. So I'm seeing people have like Pokemon trainers as Miis, and then they have a Pixelmon or something as Pokemon as a pet. I'm like, get out of here! I need to play this. And then Linkachu, he was playing the game, and he made me, and he's trying to get me with like Rosalina. And so like one day he just said, "Hey, are you awake?" I'm like, "Yeah." So we got on call on Discord, and he's showing me game clips, and like, you know how we were watching the direct, like that trailer, and we got super invested into the story. Like right away, I was like, wait, like what's gonna happen next? Like, what would that person say? Oh, you're making Rosalina cry. Wait, why am I making Rosalina cry? I need to know about this. Like, I'm like texting Aiden the next morning, like, hey, am I being nice now in the game, or like, am I being like, oh, I need to get this game so I can just have my own to play.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I haven't put much progress into Pocopia. I'm starting to forget the other games I was playing at that time. Golden Sun, so I'm on that final boss. I just need to pinch it off. But yeah, other than that, Kirby Air Riders, Marvel Rivals, and Pragmata, those are the games I'm playing right now. And of course, I finished Gale of Darkness. So that's everything.
Okay. Dark Sun Rider, we're gonna go to the comments. Dark Sun Rider said finish Pragmata.
Oh wow.
Kena Bridge of Spirits.
Kena. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Try and YS Origins?
Oh, it's Ease. RPG.
Oh,
Ease
okay.
Origins. Yeah.
Yeah, I
okay.
don't know why it's pronounced like that.
I have no idea either. Somebody
I
told
only
me
know-
on Ease Origins.
Yeah, it's
Right.
one of those words that people tell you how it's pronounced.
Right.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
Right. You see the word and they're like, that's not what it is at all. And you're
First
like,
time I read
what?
it,
Then
I
why
said,
did they spell it
Why?
that
I said,
way?
why?
Why would you spell it like that?
Oh, I know. I forgot one. Hey, shouts out to Vito and Geronimo. South of Midnight.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so you're okay. You're into it.
enjoyed
Okay,
that.
cool, cool,
But yeah,
cool.
that like it's
You looking at
that
some
game.
of
Like
those
I said,
characters?
yeah. And so that's the thing, because like while I was so focused on the gameplay and the combat aspect of it, while that part's cool, I don't know, it's just kind of gone to the back for me. I like the traversing, the platforming, the moves that she's picking up, and then like you said, the story aspect. Because I just finished the first boss where the boy got trapped in a tree, and get transformed into the tree. That I was like, oh, that's crazy. Like,
Some of those kind of hit like gut punches, even as you're going along. There was one that happens. I mean, I'm not gonna say you're going your way, but yeah, there's a later one where I was at the pause. I was like, dang.
yeah.
Now I
So shout out to
continue
y'all
playing.
for that for
Oh,
sure.
Yeah, it's a cool vibe. It's a cool vibe.
Oh yeah.
When we get a little more money on our hands, I say that, but me and Jess gotta finish Final Fantasy VII first, because I'm like, I
don't want
can't.
to.
I blocked myself. I love her to death, but I blocked myself because like I'm like, well, she's not really that great at games. I'm like, well, you can just watch the game while I play it, so we can go through the story together. That ain't happened. So
Oh, man. You just gotta turn on one time, and then she walks in. You're at like a certain, when you're doing like the bosses. Look, that's the cut scenes. It gets all dynamic while the combat stuff is on the screen. And if that'll catch your eye, then I don't know.
well, I mean, no, so she's into it, but it's like if I move anywhere forward in that game at that point in time, I know she's gonna be like, babe, when were we supposed to be doing this
show.
together? Just like watching an anime or a movie or a TV show, and you're like, what episode you on? You're like,
Right.
Don't. I want you to get in trouble.
it just came on. It just came on. It just showed up. Yeah, but I definitely want to, because getting into the roots of that midnight, South of Midnight, that's definitely on my alley. And plus all the lore, like you guys said. Like I think
It's
we'll
a
both
breezy
really
game
into it.
too.
It really is, yeah.
It's a breezy game.
Now the combat can get a little crazy. I ain't gonna lie, but
That's true. Yeah.
yeah, I've had a few where they doing a little too much. You got too many on the screen at once. I'm like, wait, whoa.
Camera is the second enemy.
Yeah.
Well, not so much the camera preventing you from seeing stuff. It's just they'll do the God of War, like the modern God of War thing, where the enemies will just appear in your sight, and that's how the camera is. And it's like, so yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
with that being said, I guess I'm going through the comments because I lost it. But back here now. Dark Voice said, I'm almost done with Mouse for PI. Good game. IGN is on drugs. Why did they say
I've
it was
heard.
a bad game?
Oh, they gave it
give
a
it a 6.
They gave it the reviewer gave it a 6 out of 10. I mean, I chose to ignore that because I already pre-ordered it.
This must be the year of like IGN giving everything a 6, so you
I
can
don't
go
know what
and
IGN
play it
doing.
yourself, I guess. Yeah.
Because
That's
anytime
weird.
I see IGN give something a bad score, I'm like, that's gonna be good. Because like that was the case with Michael.
Yeah.
They gave Michael a bad score. We went and watched Michael. Man, everybody in that movie theater was lit. Like
Yeah.
even my daughter. This is my first time taking her to the movie theater, and we were nervous because my daughter's 20 months. So I'm like, all right, is she gonna cry? She gonna be too loud? But every time a song came on, boy, she was cutting up. Like, and she ain't ever heard Michael. So yeah, she was with it. But yeah, I don't know what IGN be on, man.
Yeah, the same with Mario Galaxy. They were
Yeah,
that way with Mario
same
Galaxy. I'm telling you, it's the.
I'm so glad I'm not a movie critic. Like
They
that.
like, it's
I'm not a
2026?
I'm not a Scorsese guy, you know.
It's 2026. Everything getting a 6.
But I think that's the problem.
What?
Like what you said, Geronimo, is like
Yeah.
when you get into, I guess, a profession, you start looking at things a little bit different, and
Yeah,
it's kind of
like,
hard to
way
enjoy
too
it.
critical.
You're
Yeah.
way too critical. That's how I am with music now. Like I get way too critical. So don't ever ask me about, oh, did you like this album? Don't ask me because I get way too critical with it.
I feel that. Yeah.
Let me see. Dark Sunrider also said he was playing on Splatoon, which reminded me that we need to check out the Splatoon Raiders because
Yes, sir.
that trailer showed up while we were gone. With that being said, Geronimo, what you been playing lately, man?
Oof, yeah, past couple of weeks or so. Main thing has been Pragmata. Actually, I was playing it a little before getting on the show tonight. And I took a power nap to hop on here. I'm at the point where I'm gonna do cleanup. As far as going back to previous areas to grab optional stuff. But I believe if I proceed, I will be the final part of the game. But I want to do a cleanup first. The game is phenomenal, y'all. It's Capcom. Capcom. It went from let's announce this 6 years ago to radio silence to is whatever Capcom game that became a meme and was vaporware years ago. It was called was that Deep Down or one of those other games? I don't know. There was a game like that back in like the 360 days or whatever. Anyway, went radio silent. Suddenly the game is out. Not suddenly, but we started seeing it last year and then it's out. The game's been phenomenal. Like they keep adding cool stuff with your new weapons. They really get deep with the different hacking mechanics, even deeper than I was hoping, and I'm very glad because at a point you can pretty much you're gonna be working your brain more than usual because not only are you doing third person shooting, you have to balance. Well, depending on the enemy in the hordes, you have to balance like when to hack to open the robots up, when to fire a weapon, or to continue hacking to do more damage. I don't want to go too deep into it because a lot of it's kind of organically placed. And another thing that I really appreciate about the game, just overall, I feel like it's made for us older gamers who have like responsibilities and stuff. Because I swear, the way the pacing is, every time there's like a couple of rooms or like a mate, because later it gets a bit more open-ended in some areas. Okay. And as you go, because you may have to go back and forth and fight certain enemies. Just about every time, there's always a section that's like a go back to the shelter to save and re-up and everything, upgrade if you need to. So it's like it respects our time. It respects my time. It's like I could just take it off the dock after work, work stressful, whatever. Play for like 20 minutes and then be like, I feel satisfied. Save, boom, and then go do something else. Fantastic game so far. I'm definitely gonna do a video about it. I'm not trying to say a review, but like thoughts, because I'm not a reviewer type. I'm kind of a stream of consciousness yapping person on my video. So for better and for worse. But I mean, appreciate y'all watching, whoever else. But anyway, that's been great. Something I've been kind of playing a bit more recently is that racing game Screamer on PC.
Yeah, man, is it still good? Is it still good?
Looking at
that. So okay, I'll say this. I do not regret getting it. Well, $60 is close to full price. $60. I do not regret it. It's a full feature game. It's got like a surprisingly lengthy single player mode. It's a tournament mode. I went through I don't know, was it like 12? Well, not 12, like 20. How many chapters was it? 20 some chapters, and it was like part 104, and I'm like, huh? So I'm not like rushing. I'm just kind of playing as I go. But it's a great racing game. It's a great arcade game.
Is it open world or is it just like track by track?
No. It's track by track. What they do is so they have full cutscenes where it's like they're few and far in between, but they'll have like the because it's like 5 teams of 3 from different parts of the world, like just characters, and it's an anime aesthetic. And when they have the talking cutscenes, it does like the visual novel, where you see a character here, there's text on the bottom, and you can skip it all if you don't care about it. It could not be your cup of tea. But as you go along, you do different races, and they kind of introduce some other parts of the mechanics. It's more than just a racing game. There's you can like charge a button and like charge into other cars and make them explode, like almost like not like F-Zero, but kind of like F-Zero, or it feels more like Burnout, but like a quick burst of speed. You break and you destroy them, and you can fill up your like boost meter. It's a pretty challenging racing game. There's a learning curve. There's a steep learning curve. Like you're gonna be when you drift, because you drift with the right stick. So that's one thing to consider. It's not just a whole left trigger and you start turning.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of those dual stick kind of drifting. So there's a learning curve, and every car feels a little different from the other. But yeah, it's been really great. So honestly, if you're interested in it, PC, Xbox, PlayStation 5, but you don't want to drop the 60 for it, just put it on the wish list or store or the PSN, wherever. Wait for a discount. There's already a discount on Steam right now. I think it's like 20% off or something like that. Yeah, so I mean, right now, I would say if you just want to get it just to dabble it and see what it's about, wait for it to get to like $30-$40 range. Yeah, I would say that. Only because it's a racing game, so racing games just aren't popular unless your name is Forza or Gran Turismo, straight up. But yeah, it's been a great game. I'm enjoying the learning curve of it and playing online. I don't think the game is just selling very well because online you can race up to 10 people. I think the most I've had is 5 and the rest are bots. It was still fun, but it was just like, crazy. I've been kind of wondering if they're gonna bring this game to the Switch 2 anytime in the future. I only think about it because the studio that made their name is like Milestone something. They're like somewhere in Europe. They've been putting out games on Switch 1, like other racing games. Like they make these Moto GP games, like the motorcycle leaning heavy into the curves types, and they put a version of it on Switch 2, but it's 30 frames. So it's whatever. But other than those 2 games, a little bit of Marvel Rivals here and there, just here and there. I did do one match of the Blood Hunt actually last night, Cisco, and I had to get used to the new and improved version of it. I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
I didn't expect it to. Yeah, I have to.
It gets super crazy. Like my PS5 crashed at one point on the higher.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's like there's just so much happening on screen. You bring a Squirrel Girl, and then you're moving 5 frames per second.
Wow,
there's just way too much on the screen being generated.
That's crazy. They gotta go and optimize it. Man, oh man. Yeah, I only did one of those, and I tried doing a couple of they're doing like the Avengers, like the Avengers-esque type mode where it's like,
oh, I haven't tried that.
Yeah, it's like you chose Cap America, Iron Man, Hulk, Black Widow, who else is there? I'm tripping. Thor and Hawkeye, and then it's always someone else controlling Loki, and it's very hard. Whoever is Loki can like mind control anyone on your team, and just you watch your character just move without your control. Yeah, it's pretty wild. And it's Marvel Rivals, so the player base skill is it's a wide gulf. So I did a couple and then just lost, and I was like, yeah, this ain't it right now. So I'll come back to it. But it was cool though, the old school Avengers 2012 vibe. It's weird to say old school, but that's been like
wow, that is.
It's actually crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. I was in college then. It's crazy. But yeah, there's that. Other things here and there I've been dabbling with. I'm trying to remember. I did re-download oh no, Overwatch. That happened in between the past couple weeks. Yeah, Overwatch switched to, the whole frame rate debacle, and they fixed it in a few days. I haven't really played it much this week since I've been back in town. No, I haven't. I played a little bit of Apex Legends, Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess. I turned on Metroid Prime 4 for like 10 minutes. And what was the other game I played? I'm tripping. Oh, Warframe. There we go. I did them all for a video I did this week for mouse controls. That's too bad Jack's up the way because we'll probably have to talk about that later. But yeah, so just stuff for videos. That's pretty much it. Oh wait, there's an indie that came out on Switch 2 called Possessors. I think it's by the people that made Hyper Light Drifter and Solar Ash back in the day. I think it's Heart Machine. I think they're like UK based. It's a cool little game. It feels like a linear Metroidvania type game. It's only $10, so I was like, well, I'll just Bob Barker, the price is right, so I'll just check it out. It's cool. Only in the early parts. That's gonna be something I play on the side. I probably won't talk about it again for another few weeks or whatever. But that's pretty much it. Oh wait, no, that is not it. I'm sorry. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's in between videos and other stuff. Sonic Racing Crossworlds. They've done some updates to the game as far as like little tweaks to the little gadgets to alter your vehicle and how it races and whatnot. They've added more characters. Just this week, I didn't know they're doing it. They added Majima from Yakuza or Like a Dragon, or the pirate one. He's in the pirate get up. Yep. He's hilarious. he's hilarious because well, one, he's modular, but two, when he's riding the airboards, when he's just racing and you're like you pass people, he'll do like these air hops. I don't know what possessed Sega to do this. It looks ridiculous. But yeah, you know, it's Yakuza. And then they also added Red from Angry Birds, the red bird, not just like as a ball. I guess I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
The DLCs are disappointing because you could tell they just did the skins. They didn't give it any love for real. I don't know. Like it's like they just threw it in the game.
Oh, so they're not actually like they're their own character, but they're not like.
So like for example, right when they did SpongeBob, like there's no voice with SpongeBob. It's just SpongeBob.
There is no. Yeah, that is still the one negative on console. On PC, because that's where I'm playing it mostly. On PC, there is a big mod called Speak DLC, and it gives everyone voices. So I'm not gonna say yes because I'm a mod, but it would be great if Sega didn't, blow their entire money on just the deals to get these random Paramount characters in. At the very least, they should have done it for their Sega properties.
There you go.
They got the model of the characters in the daggone game. Bring their voices. I don't understand why that's a thing. I truly don't understand. But as far as racing is concerned, the new tracks. I think the last track they added was from Mega Man. It was Wily Castle. The only Mega Man game that exists is Mega Man 2, right? According to Capcom.
Yeah.
So But yeah, Mega Man and Proto Man are in the game, so that's cool.
I've been playing that a lot too. It's fun.
Yeah. So it's still fun. You just have to, what do you call it? You just have to get more of the gadgets and tweak how you want to play the game. And once you tweak it and make yourself kind of more, I don't want to say broken, but things more in your favor, then you can have more fun with it. But yeah, so I think that's all I've been playing really it's been the past week or so. Pragmata and Screamer been the past 2 weeks. Okay. I was having PC issues with the graphics driver. I had to sit down and figure it out this week, but I did figure it out.
PC gaming, baby.
Yeah, like it was weird. Like my screens would shut off, and I hear my fans turn on. I'm like, I'm not trying to spend money to fix this, so I'm gonna just research and fix it. Yeah, but I did fix it, fortunately.
Where are you playing Pragmata?
Switch 2.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Switch 2. Oh yeah. Switch 2. It's that demo again. That demo way back. It sold me like after a dozen run-throughs. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'll touch on performance real quick, and then I'll stop yapping. Of course, Pragmata's performance has been pretty good. Dot looks about how it does in the demo, I would say. Okay. The only thing I think it's a similar thing with Resident Evil 9, where the only thing I noticed that's like a little better is like Diana's hair. Like I think that's just Capcom and their DLSS type stuff. It looks weird overall, but everything else, models and stuff look great. There are some areas where there are lower textures, but you have to like look at it, be like turn your Digital Foundry on, be like, oh, where is it? Yeah. And then like suddenly you find it. But it's really like, oh, you turned around. You shouldn't be turned around. You should keep going. But 60 frames per second in the interior areas for the most part. I know it goes in the
40s, I think they were saying.
The lowest I felt, or to me, because I kind of 33, I can kind of gauge it. It feels like it gets into like the mid or upper 40s at the lowest, and those are usually like the big bosses. Like you're in a big open area, the boss, you gotta hack everything, hack the world and everything. Yeah. But other than that, never drop below 30. Never any. I don't want to jinx myself, but no crashes at all so far. I've not had any crashes, which is great. Audio's fantastic. I honestly don't notice the resolution dropping. Dot. I think handheld it may get a little, might drop a little, but nothing where it's like, Switch 1 days, the screen is Witcher 3, kind of that Vaseline smeared look. Nothing of that sort. But yeah, it's been great. I would recommend it on Switch 2 for sure.
Yeah, that's why I've been dancing back and forth on, because I knew I was going to get it on the Switch 2 originally, but then that was before I had my PC. So
right.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I had no choice but to get on the Switch 2. But with it already, I can already find it now on GG deals for $48 right now.
Oh wow!
So that's why I was like,
really? That was quick.
You know what I mean? 'Cause, yeah,
I'm surprised.
I'm always a sucker for a deal. So
I'm with you there.
yeah, so that's why I was like, do I go and drop the fresh 60 on the Switch 2, or do I go and just spend probably like $20 less or close to on PC?
Well, Jack, you know the age-old thing. Since Switch 1 for good ports, do you see yourself playing it portably? Yes
Always.
or no?
Always.
Yeah, and yeah, you'll have a good time, especially for some of the side stuff if you want to dabble into it.
Yeah, because sometimes I just don't like sitting on the couch all the time. It's like, hey, let me just bring it with me and play it wherever. And that's what I like about it. That's the only thing I take issue with my PC. And I try to find substitutes by doing remote play, but it's so hit or miss depending on if you're using Moonlight, if you're using Steam Link. It just depends on which one you're using. And the most stable I've had so far, ironically enough, is my Quest 3. That has been the most stable going through Virtual Desktop.
Interesting.
Virtual Desktop has been the most solid remote play I've used.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll need to talk about that more after.
Yeah.
I want to keep the ball rolling.
Okay.
I do want to touch on remote play stuff too. But other than that, yeah, man, just Switch 2 Life is always great. PC, now that fixed my graphic card issue or the driver issue, it's been great. That's what I've been playing.
Okay. Can you all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, you good.
So Restream has been doing some tomfoolery.
Hate on us, man. Block our shine.
Right. We come back and they act like it's brand new.
Right. Who are you?
Right. We ain't seen you in about 3. That's hold on. Now, first off, I say I love my church people, but you come back, you miss a few Sundays. We haven't seen you in a handful of Sundays. Where you been? With that being said, Jay Biggs said he's been playing South of Midnight as well. Alien Rogue Incursion as well. He's also been playing Metroid Zero Mission and Gradius Origin.
Nice.
Okay.
Gradius Origin.
Yeah, I need to know about that. Where it all originated, Gradius?
Yeah, I've heard that in a minute.
Right. Vito, what you been playing lately, man?
Not too much of anything. I mentioned to you I picked up WWE 2K 27 that on Switch 2. It's still like everything that people are saying about it, because I didn't see anything on what people are saying about it. But when I start looking it up, because I was trying to figure out how to unlock stuff, that was the biggest. Gripe is all the characters you want to wrestle with, they're locked.
Yep.
Behind some stuff, so it's like, yeah, what?
Hopefully, you can unlock them by playing the game, right?
You big funny. Big funny.
2K was like, that's a good one. Now, fork over the credit card numbers.
Lock behind this card.
Man.
But other than that, before I went up to Michigan, I was messing around with like I already did on the Switch. It was the Fire Emblem Warriors. I was messing around with that a little bit. Restarted it. Wanted to play it from the jump. And I start noticing similarities within the Hyrule Warriors, Dynasty Warriors, Origin, and that storyline. Like it literally almost. It's crazy. It's Origins is like Hyrule is the latest one as far as Warriors content, but as far as like Dynasty, Origins is. But it's crazy how much Origins took from the Fire Emblem format, and so when you play Origins, you automatically recognize like, hey, that's what happened in the Fire Emblem. Like what? Like what's going on? Like what are y'all doing? And so yeah, just kind of comparing those three 3 games or whatever. I mean, Warrior games are always going to be the same. It's almost like 2K, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pretty much
Yeah.
going to be
Yeah.
the same stuff over and over. Still fun, you know, especially if you want to blow off steam when you just don't want to think about stuff and you just want to mindlessly knock 100 soldiers out at one swing or something, you know what I mean? Some craziness, but yeah, other than that, really just mess around with that 2K, playing too many games. More on my catching up on shows type thing right now. But I will get back into my gaming, and I'm sure my Switch 2 would definitely be the main thing on, you know, at the time. So
Yeah. Okay. Dang. So dang, how do I want to tackle this? So as far as games specifically that I've been playing, been sticking to my guns and playing Crimson Desert. Still playing a lot of that. Game is still fun, still enjoyable. It's cool that they keep coming up with updates and stuff like that for the game. I'm a pause it right there for that, because there's a piece that I kind of want to go back to with that. And this other one, Diablo finally dropped its new character, which is the Warlock. I thought I was gonna have like an insane amount of fun with the Warlock, and I won't say that I'm not having fun. He's just like a character, just like you know, I guess he's cool. I'll say this. It always hits me a little bit different because he's more on the like demon side of everything. So whenever I have to play outside of like Dante, whenever I have to play like a demon or devil or something like that, I'm always like, okay. Like, so I picked like the least like selective demon things out of this character.
Yeah.
And it turns out actually that's like one of the strongest builds. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm fine with that. But the story in that game,
Oh.
yeah.
It exists.
So the story is, I think overall, the story of Diablo 4 is a good story, but oftentimes do I have to separate, and it's not necessarily bad to say, because like there's good points to it, but I have to separate my own religion from like what's happening in that story, because a lot of times I'll be like, nah, that's not how it should go, or like I'm not really feeling that, like. So one of the things that they do, and it's actually like kind of, it's the idea of it is biblical. What it is not. But so like what ends up happening is at the end of Diablo 4 that we know it so far is that you beat the Lord of Hatred, Mephisto, but it's not him. It's his like it's like the equivalent of the Breath of the Wild Ganon versus like Ganon that you face in Tears of the Kingdom. It's like the I can't think of the word that they use. Yeah. It's like the Calamity, not actually him. So that's what you do at the end of 4 that we've had so far before this new update came. And now that and at the end of that, even though you defeat him, his essence gets trickled inside the dead body of who the world of Sanctuary is that? Yeah, the world of Sanctuary. He's a prophet. But for like he's like he's not the beginning, but he's like one of the major prophets that they know as who's like not necessarily saved the world, but kind of made the world as it is in a safe way for them. And so he comes back. Mephisto takes over his body and he comes back. And because he's in his body, he has the ability to perform quote unquote miracles. So like immediately I'm like, yo, don't play this dude as like a Jesus like that.
Yeah.
That's not cool with me.
Mhm.
But he's less, and they even say it, he's less like not that, but he's less like a Jesus and more so like a Moses, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And so like some stuff happens, and as a matter of fact, in end quote, like the Bible, the guy that you're rolling with, who's let's call him like he's the equivalent of like maybe like a cardinal or something. I can't do that. That they're totally different things, but he's somebody special.
Okay.
And he's like the one thing that the world should be like wary of is false prophets. Know that for sure.
Yeah.
Like that's okay. I'm okay. I feel that. I'm back on board on that. So they go to the Amazon country basically, and to chase after him, because that's where like the final piece for him to rule over everything. And so his whole like mantra, if you would, is to tell the people that like he can save them all if they all give in to hate, because hate is like basically like the essence of them like realizing themselves is what it is. And so like slowly like you see all these people like turning like, oh, the prophet said turn to hate, we should all love hate, and that's who he is. He's the Lord of hatred. So they're all moving into that position, and even in a piece he like talks, the special guy talks to a queen, and while he's talking to the queen, the Mephisto in this embodiment is talking to the queen, and he like basically like taps into his mind and is like you're gonna have to give in at some point. And the dude goes to like slash this guy's neck. Well, turns out he slashed the queen's neck. And so him as the prophet now, he heals her neck, and is like, and she's like, oh my gosh, you really do perform miracles. And I'm like, bro,
y'all flirting.
y'all,
Oh,
man, y'all teetering so close. And y'all, and it's crazy because the thing that they're making me do, the thing that I want to do is the thing that they're making me do. And only one time have I ever felt this, and ironically in the same position, is in Far Cry 5. Like, you messing with my book. Like, I don't like the way you messing with my book. I'm gonna have to take you out. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. So and so he's like doing the same thing. It's like, you kind of messing with my faithom right now. Like, I'm not about that. I'm gonna have to take you out. So but like overall, what they've added to the game, because I've like stopped in a part of the story to just kind of focus on leveling and all that other stuff. A part of that story is a piece that I kind of want to talk about that's in relation to Crimson's Desert, so I'm gonna park it right there.
Okay.
Other than that, I've been trying to so this is part of the other stuff and why we've been gone, but I tried to play some games on my Switch. Why did my 2K update come for golf, and it was 34 gigabytes?
Ooh.
Ew.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, time out.
They do the thing where like it repackaged the game and reinstalled it or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's what it is, because I had to go into my files and was like, wait a minute, did I not download this game? No, it's there. And it says that the game itself is 32 gigabytes. So why am I downloading a 34 gigabyte game? Like, what update does that? Like, why is that necessary?
That's annoying when you do that.
Yeah, so that was a cold hard stop. That was cold turkey. I'm not. Nah. It's like, make room. Make room for who? For two?
For you?
Like,
No.
Nah, not happening. That's okay. So I've jumped ship on that. Been playing. What have I been playing? Not Final Fantasy, because my wife won't sit around for that. Love you. I'm gonna put her on too much blast. Been playing more Far Cry. No, Cyberpunk. Been playing more Cyberpunk. What up, Jazzy? I did see you message in there. What up, man? Appreciate you coming through. Yeah. So there's been a weird thing. So I don't know. Maybe you guys can help me out. My Switch 2 is not my primary Switch, and now when I go into to try and, because I've like tried to deregister it, and I've even looked up how to deregister my original Switch. My original Switch won't turn on. It's actually not back there because I've been spending time trying to figure out how to turn it on. It's not gonna turn on. The battery's done, and I'm not about to put more money into it. So you got to do it via the computer, deregister, but it doesn't show up as a deregister. And every time I try to put my Switch 2 as a primary Switch, it says something about the ePass. And I'm pretty sure those are not one and the same. So every time I want to like play a game offline, especially like my digital games, nah, cuz you got to make sure that you connected to some sort of internet. So I ran out of games like really quickly on the airplane. This is like, oh, checking if you can play this game. Nope, you can't play this game. You ain't got no internet.
Oh, that's annoying.
I tried to play. I was like, oh, this is a perfect time to play Xenoblade Chronicles X. Oh, we checking to see if you got the see if you still connected so we can give you that upgrade. Oh, nope, you're not online. You can't play that. I'm like, oh, bro, come on, for real? These are my games. Like, why do I have to? It's because my Switch 2 isn't the primary one. So
let me ask you a question. So, like you said, everything they mentioned to us, you can do online. Have you been able to transfer those games over to your Switch 2 online as well?
I
they said that was an option.
Yeah. I mean, like, so I can download any of those games as long as I'm connected to the Switch. And I moved all of those from my original Switch over to the Switch 2. And so, like, I'm for whatever reason, like, that's my Switch 2 is not the primary Switch. And it can't be the Switch Lite. It doesn't show anything as my primary Switch. So I'm like, how is this working?
Oh,
like,
wow. Okay.
What is this? Why is my Switch not the one that's working like that? So, yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to call Nintendo 101.
How long has your Switch 1 been out of commission?
Since the Switch.
Oh, no.
Since the Switch 2. Yeah.
Oh, for almost a year. Oh, that's
yeah. So it won't turn on. Like,
but you haven't had any issue downloading and playing stuff on this Switch 2 since then, though. So
no. So, and like
maybe
I said,
maybe some time threshold passed. You might have to call up Nintendo support because you threw me for a loop when you said ePass. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I mean, you
the context of Nintendo ecosystem.
Yeah, it's weird. Let me see if I can go into it. Go into Nintendo.com real quick because it was it shows. Hold on, let me see. Come on, jump on in.
So you're like the pass enabled console?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, and so like, but all of them. No, I think that one's the only one that's like pass enabled, but everything else is like, yeah. And so it'll ask like when you get into it, it shows my two systems. Let me just bring it up. I don't know why I'm playing around with y'all. So it'll show, where are you? There we go. It'll show my two systems as such, right? And virtual game systems not linked. And it'll show this not linked. And then I think when you go into, it's not users. Go back. Account settings. So I'll go into my account settings, right? And I will go into linked app and services because this is where you usually see what switch is actually your primary switch. And it's supposed to be up in this corner and it does not show up. So it
you
just
need to link apps and I'm on mine. I'm on mine too, just like a phone. Hold
okay.
on. Link apps. Linked user information. Linked apps and services. Mine looks similar to yours. I don't. The only top right thing I see, you have it there too, next to linkable accounts. That
Linkable
edit
accounts.
button.
Okay.
I have that, and all the gobbledygook services authorized. I have an edit there too.
So the one that I must have looked up must be owed to the Nintendo account because yeah. So there's nowhere in here that I have found where it shows that my system is the primary system, and that's what's really messing everything up because it's asking for like I have to have the primary system in order for me to just play games without it asking me to play the games.
Hold on, because I'm looking at mine. Of course, only my Switch 2 is here. System sharing virtual game cards 1. Yeah, I'm only seeing that there. And then like you said, when you went on the eShop with your Switch 2, does it not ask for you to register?
No. And even in the thing is like, oh, when you go to the eShop, it'll automatically register. And I'm like, nah, it's not doing that. And I've looked into the profile under there, and you basically get this kind of same setup. So
That's nuts. Yeah,
that's a Nintendo support call because they should be able to fix it on. They should be able to fix it on their end.
Yeah, it should be an easy fix.
Yeah, it's probably just some settings that on our end on the site we can't see. Both like whatever admin account they have, they can probably see a few more things.
Yeah, and especially with you having both consoles, 'cause I think the main issue most people will go through, they got rid of the main console, and then now is trying to figure out how to get that to work out. But yeah, that should be a simple Nintendo call.
Okay.
Yeah. Or as I like to call it, the GameStop special.
They're gonna need to fix it. They're gonna need to fix that. J Big said my Switch Lite is my primary. The one that leaves the house should be set to primary, so you will have that's what I'm saying.
That makes
I
sense.
need that. And maybe I should also see if Baby Sandstorms is sneakily the one that's the primary. Because she's the one who like will take her stuff on the go unless like we're going as a family, and then she'll take, if I allow her, the Switch too.
Okay.
So yeah, but so overall, get this out of the way. I want to thank everybody who gifted Jess and I for our honeymoon. If you have me on Instagram, or if you find me on Instagram, I had to change. I apologize. As a content creator, usually before I would keep my stuff as public, but I had some stuff going, so I had to switch it over to private. But if you add me, if there's a way to message me and tell me who you are, you're more than welcome to add me. If you want to see the pictures, we don't have pictures up as of yet. We only have a few, but thank you to everybody who sent gifts for our honeymoon. Honeymoon was fantastic. The wedding was amazing. We had a very great wedding. She looked absolutely stunning. Some people had some things to say. I was like, yeah, that was me.
Oh.
That was me.
I'm about to say,
Like, that's all me, Chief.
A lot of people hadn't met her yet, and so like I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to go into too much detail, but
Sounds like a fun time all around.
Yeah, you know, they were like, oh yeah, yep, I got what I asked for. But yeah, we went to Denver, Colorado. Shout outs to anybody who lives in Denver. We met only one single person who was actually from Colorado. Everybody else came from somewhere else.
that's usually how it works.
It's crazy in my mind.
Welcome to my state.
We
Right.
we got to rent a Porsche. That was top tier. I dare say that will be my next car. Not just because it's a nice car, but golly, gas is $6.19 for premium, and I ain't living that life anymore. So we're gonna have to we're gonna have to work something out because $6.19 on some gas ain't it. We got to enjoy the aquarium. We got to enjoy the mountains. I drove through the mountains with an electric Porsche. That was dopest time. Crazy fun fact. Speaking of Screamer and Vito, we was traveling through the mountains. Okay, wait. First off, Denver, all they have is souped up cars. Like every other car there is a souped up car. It's crazy to me.
Car
like
crazy.
And it's crazy because Denver, you only drive in 30 or less. Like even on the highway, rush hour is all the time. Like there's no part-time in the rush hour in Denver. But once you get into the mountains, that's when people start showing off their cars. That's when they start going fast and stuff. And you would think in your mind, like, yo, all these twists and turns, it's got to be cops like everywhere. No, it's not. It's not cops anywhere. They like
the ones that's flying in them souped up.
You know what I'm saying? They actually have a Dodge Charger and a Ford Mustang police car. That's their police cars. And it's so
wait, they got Mustangs out there. He's trying to chase you down on some
Listen,
hot pursuit.
It is wild out there, and the lanes are so thin. At that point, it's Chaco Mountain.
Oh, that's so good.
The lanes are so thin. It's like normally on anybody's normal highway, they sit there right in the medium waiting for somebody to speed by, but the lanes are so thin you can't do that. So like, and there's nowhere else to pull off because you're on a mountain. So it's just people just speeding on the mountain, you know what I mean? Hitting the drifties around the corner. Like that's how they live out there. And I'm like, I get it now. I see. Y'all just flying for no wonder y'all got souped up cars. So yeah, it was an amazing trip. We went all the way up the mountain to Glenwood, Aspen, checked out a couple of the vapor caves, which are like really heated up caves. You know, you get all the humidity and all that other stuff. We tried the mineral springs. I did my first cold plunge.
What? You crazy?
Yeah. No. Hold on. Hear me out though. I did it the first time, and I only got to my waist, right? I was, and I felt the shrivel, and I was like, "Oh no!
On my honeymoon, we can't be shriveling.
It's about to eat what's left." You know what I'm saying? Like, and so we were sitting down. We were waiting for a couple of our hot tubs to like fill up, and this guy, he just comes in. WHT, and he steps in the boy and just dunks his whole self in and just lays there like stone cold. And I'm looking at J Mag, and she's looking at me, and she's like, "Did he really just do that?" And I'm like, I guess that's how you're supposed to do it. Like that's
pimping right there.
That's crazy. So he stayed in there for a little bit, and then he went back into the sauna, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna do it. If he did it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna see what he's talking about. So I did the full cold plunge, went underwater and laid there. And yes, the initial sting hurts.
Yes.
But when you sit there, I sat there for 2 minutes. When you sit there, it's like, dang, it's okay. Okay, it is cold, but it's not as cold because my whole body is acclimated to it. So I got out of that and laid into one of them hot boy, like the hot tubs. And I melted in there, and I was like, oh, I get it.
That's what I've heard. Good. A hot song.
Yeah. That's how you do it. So it was our first time seeing red rocks. It was 75 degrees every day. The sun was out. No bad weather at all. It was just an amazing time. We had a really good time. I will say, crazy thing about Denver, didn't know this, or Denver and the mountains, is that when the sun is out, it is hot. It is hot. Like if it's 75 degrees, it definitely feels like 75 beaming. But as soon as that cloud touches the sun, it immediately drops down to like 10, 15 degrees. And you're like, dang, what happened?
Wow.
It, like, they have no in between. It don't just slow down to a cool. It's just cold, like straight off rip. So yeah, it was an interesting time, but we had a good trip there and we had a good trip back. So I had a great time. One real quick question that I want to ask you guys, because this kind of was flowing through my mind, and we're going to get to the icebreaker that Vito has for us. So one of the things that they added in Crimson Desert was changing of difficulty. You can change the difficulty in the game. You can change the difficulty of the bosses if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
And so it got me thinking, growing up, because we're all about the same age, so we all kind of grew up through the like, ain't no change in difficulty, get good. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you got to understand that pattern, get good. And it made me think about this because Diablo has a difficulty level 2, but it's not on the same, it's fundamentally different. So if you're playing on normal or hard, I would say it takes you longer to kill enemies, and like the reward of experience is higher. But the higher you go into difficulty, so it starts off as normal, hard, expert, penitent, torment 1 through 4, right? And torment 1 through 4 is supposed to be like the hardest difficulty, if you would. But the difficulty really isn't actually hard. It's just those enemies are of a higher level, and so their damage output and how much health they have is more. But they're not necessarily like doing more, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they understand, like on a IQ level or an AI level, like dodge this or move around that. It's literally just more damage, more health, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the question for you guys is and I've seen this show up in Twitter, is like, we're getting older now. Is it okay for us to move into the I'm gonna put this on easy, or are we still in the era of nah, man, I'm gonna learn and I'm gonna get better, I'm gonna get good?
Bro, I moved a long time ago. It just got to a point to where I think it also depends on the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, like you just mentioned, to where it wasn't a matter of the AI getting smarter. It's just they turned into sponges. Mm-hmm. And so when I started playing Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, I went with that in mind because I've played Dynasty Warrior games for forever, so I know how they get down. But with that game, when I turned it to the highest level, they were just sponges. They were not smarter. They didn't move in a more cunning way. They just became sponges that were just more or less more powerful. But when you look at certain games like let's say, for example, like an Assassin's Creed or anything that has a story base to it that's going to take a little bit more time, I have no problem throwing that on what they now call story mode, because they don't call them easy anymore.
Oh yeah, they want to make you feel better.
Yeah,
make you feel better.
This is story mode because you're just more in line, and your appeal is the story. You don't care about the difficulties and having to figure things out. The story mode, you're more inclined with the story. That's what I'll do if the game is going to take too long. Now, what I do like about some games, they tell you up front, you can make this adjustment in the middle of the game. Mm-hmm. Like, this doesn't have to be final. So if you are in that easy mode and you just riding high, and you like, you know what, I want to get another challenge now, then I can go boost it up and then see what they're talking about. But right now, because like I said, it's time consuming. Honestly, I don't have the appeal to try to figure out all the little difficult intricacies of what's going on right now, depending on the game. I'll turn that bad boy on easy mode and just
keep
enjoy
it
myself. Yeah, and just say, hey, look, I played the game. I don't have to say that, oh, I beat the hardest boss on blah, blah, blah. I don't care.
That's fair. Cisco, how are you feeling about it?
About what?
Do you care about the adjustment of difficulty, or
Oh,
you still
yeah.
about?
I'm story mode. So, yeah, I don't think I really care. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion on this.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
How you feeling about it, Geronimo?
If I ain't playing on the hard mode, then am I living? No, I'm kidding.
Weak.
If I'm paying $70, I need it to be $70 in the hard difficulty. Nah, but for real, all jokes aside, honestly, like me personally, I usually just play through like the intended normal mode. I don't really try and crank it up or drop it down. Difficulties I'm going. The only times I've dropped it down to like the easier level is like playing like Xenoblade Chronicles and like it's like 2 a.m. and I'm at the final boss and one thing happens and not only do I have to do the boss again, I gotta do the 2 bosses before that. And I'm like, nah, bro, I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. So I drop it on the casual, it cuts their health in half, and then I proceed to finish the game. But honestly, just in general, just play how you like to play, man. You know, use your free will wisely. Enjoy the video game. If you got somebody in your ear saying, "Hey, bro, you playing this in Mickey Mouse mode?" Who cares? Now, if you're playing, exactly? Did you buy my game? You can buy my game next time. Then you can buy me that GTA 6, bro. Let's get it.
Right.
Now, if my webcam decided to give up, I don't know why it went out of focus. Okay, that was strange. Now I guess if you're playing like a From Software game, like any of the Souls, and you're in the circle of everyone's hardcore into that, then the rules are different, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Literally, you can't change the difficulty. So, excuse me. At best, quote unquote, you can just do like what they call the magic build.
Oh yeah.
Attack the bosses from a distance or whatever.
Right.
But that just depends on you, sir.
No, you're cheesing the game. You're cheesing it.
You're not playing as intended, even though this is a legitimate class. You can build
dodge. Get in there and dodge, so that you can dodge.
If you're not dodge rolling and abusing iframes, what are you doing? Nothing really No Soulsborne is the same if it's not by From Software. But for real, not for real. I'm a normal playthrough type person. The only time I'll play the higher difficulties if I want to do a second playthrough later. Mostly if it's like a new game plus, like I carry everything over, then that'll be cool. But most times, normal straight through. Might drop it down if a boss is like Jack said. If it's that's like the attack patterns are different. If it's like a different type of a boss experience. If it's just my health is 10 times more than it was before, then no, that's not fun. You're just sitting there doing the same stuff. And then at that point, it's just a war of attrition or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I feel that. Yeah, it just kind of something I was thinking about because I was playing Crimson Desert and I had finally beat this one of the bosses and I was like, oh, finally I beat this dude. As a matter of fact, I think I talked about this before leaving. And it took so many times and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get a whole bunch of revives and call it good. And I'll just keep reviving myself till I beat him. But then so I beat him and then I went to this other castle where there's another boss and he started popping me with one hit. But the difference between these two guys, because they're pretty much the same, was one was a magic guy and the other guy was a sword guy. And the magic guy, like everything that he hits you with is like a one hitter. And so I'm like, yo, okay, man, all right. Do I really want to sit here and pop a bunch of revives so he could hit me one time every time I throw these revives on, or do I just knock down the difficulty and call it good? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come back to this later. Like that, I can't think straight right now because this man got me so mad. But so and then like I said, playing Diablo Diablo, the game isn't any harder per se. You just, when you gear up, you know, play the next tier of difficulty. They've done a lot better job than they have in the past, because now they make you like slowly ride those difficulties. Instead of like being just at normal and then you got certain armor and then it's like, oh, this guy's good for Torment 4. You can jump all the way to the highest difficulty, no problem. They've really like stretched it. Pause. So you have to work your way up into those difficulties. So, but yeah, no, I agree. I think as far as difficulties go, and I'm kind of leaning towards that, and being in that age of like, man, I've got so many games at this point in the backlog. Is like the only reason why they're not getting done is not solely because of the difficulty, but it's like I have to take more of my time in order, because the difficulty is a little bit harder, instead of just streaming through this and getting what I want out of the game and calling it good. I agree with the From Software sentiment. I have not picked up what From Software. What was the last From Software game that they made?
Night Rain, Elden Ring, the multiplayer one.
I'm sorry. It was either right before or right after Armored Core.
Armored Core. Gotcha.
I have not picked up Armored Core, and it's not like it's a hard game, but I haven't picked it up since the year that I played it, and I haven't beaten it. And it's like the difficulty is like right there, but it's just like so yeah. So that was my question. It looks like Vito is still out for the moment. So he's getting some stuff done. We'll revert back over to his icebreaker, but real quickly, RJ said it's cool if every game has a difficulty mode, but if the game was too hard or too easy, why complain? And then he said, why complain about a Kirby game knowing full well it's meant for beginners of the platform end games? You're playing something that can inhale everything inside your back.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, even that Switch 2 mode, I mean, it added some difficulty to it, but I would say the difficulty to Kirby is the 100%ing.
Yeah,
because you have to identify,
that's
like, figure out where everything is.
Yeah,
that's where it gets tough.
Yeah. So before we jump into the main topic, which is the summer, talking about games that are coming, the trailers specifically that are coming in June, we actually have to go over this trailer. Now, I'm excited about this trailer because I've only watched it in parts. I have actually not watched it as a whole. Mostly due because I was busy with, honeymoon and stuff. But with that being said, we're going to watch the trailer of Splatoon Raiders. Check this out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and I guess I also have to turn on the... Hold on. I made that sound good, but I didn't turn on the volume.
Oh, yeah, and your screen got it like super small.
Is it small? Okay.
Yeah.
How about if we transform it to this? Is that better?
Let's see, because
we might have to press play and find it. Well, it looks like there's like it's cut off on the bottom a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't know why it does that. Is it better? Yay or nay?
Yeah.
Seems fine.
Yeah, it seems fine right now.
I'm gonna put us over here on the side.
Yeah, I was about to say it's still cut off at the bottom.
Yeah, I think it's just shipped down.
Okay. I always love when they start off like this. Let you know they actually playing the game.
Yep.
That'd be me all day. What does hair look
like? Yeah, I like.
Huh?
This is so cool. The little RCA cables. Oh man.
Yeah, I put up a post saying that I want my character to look like Lope Dog. If we're gonna be able to put stuff on our hair, let me put my pacifier over here.
Yeah, they're just taking like random arcade junk and just
Right.
putting through their hair. I dig it.
I didn't understand the disappointment with this from some people, and I know we'll talk about it after this, but I thought they were very clear as into what this was.
Yeah, it was pretty. Well, hold on.
Okay.
That's that Splatoon 3 side order influence.
Mm-hmm. Mid-air jump.
Do it.
Wow.
Right, that's a physical act.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. Man, I have a lot to say.
Peace.
Gone.
Throw me from place to place.
Oh wow. Now none of these moves are gonna be in the next Splatoon game, just so you know.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Oh, especially that.
Hey,
A single player focused Splatoon game.
so glad they finally did it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the amiibo,
And they had to, yeah.
which I do want, but
I'm cool.
I'm gonna wait till the
I'm
proper
cool.
price. I'm gonna
Shiver
wait.
and fry.
Great.
Shiver and fry. Okay. With that being said, how y'all feeling about this Splatoon Raiders?
So for myself, this looks awesome. Never thought they would ever try to get into just a single player game, because as you know, like since we've gotten the expansions, like those are our single player iterations of the game. But to make a whole game centered around single player is pretty dope. The treasure hunting aspect of it seems like it's not just you collecting treasure and that's it. It looks like some of the treasure gives you other abilities. So we saw like in the trailer the mid-air jump. I'm curious. I thought they were going to show us the mid-air jump within the trailer, but they just didn't show us. I'm like, okay, whatever. But I'm curious to see what other moves and power sets that you're going to have with this. What is the main purpose of the story? Like, how do we get here? Because we've gone from saving people to, you know, of course, doing these tournaments here and there, and it's just always like a different spin to it. But what is the purpose of us finding these treasures? Some the main similarities I've seen so far, which in a way is kind of disappointing people, is Salmon Run. And I'm like, if you play Salmon Run is in a legit multiplayer mode. Like it's
I know people that just play that mode, and that's
just
it.
play that mode. Like
you can just OD on that mode and not
really
playing the other parts.
It's really good. But the thing is, I can see the similarities, but you could tell the differences, right? Like in Salmon Run, of course, you just you're on one island. Your whole thing is to kind of collect these eggs and put them back in a cart, and then you're going to get bombarded by waves. We get that. With this, with any game, if you go to certain areas, you're going to get bombarded by enemies and have to fight off those enemies to get whatever it is you need to get. That's why I didn't understand the disappointment with that comparison. But I'm curious to see like how far we go, how co-op is going to play out, right? Because, you know, while it says a single player focus, I think up to 3 players can play together.
Up to 4.
4? Okay.
Yeah,
So
they posted on Twitter on the Splatoon account. They're like, "Oh, you can also do optional co-op with up to 4 people." So,
and to see that's dope. I want to see how that plays out, because the one thing that worries me with co-op when it comes to, or 4-player split screen with Nintendo, they don't seem to be on par frame rate wise with the rest of the game.
So wait, I don't know if it's split screen. I know it's online 4-player co-op.
I feel like there was a local portion too.
Oh, really? Well,
I
I have
could be
to
wrong, but I would
I'll
have to double check.
check.
But
Yeah.
nonetheless, I would love to see if there is a local aspect. If it is, and it's just like the vertical split screen, cool. I'm all with it. So I'm really, really looking forward to this game to kind of see what it's about. I wouldn't imagine it's anything too big, seeing as they priced it at 50. Because honestly, I feel like if this was like a full-fledged, like all the way from beginning to end, maybe 30 plus hour situation, they were gonna hit you with a 70. I feel like because it's got enough, it has enough clout to run 70. Like even though this is a spinoff, that Splatoon name still carries weight.
Especially in Japan. Yeah.
For sure. So I'm just curious to see what the next step is, if they show us anything more, because I mean it comes out in 2 months.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if we get any more details about it, but ultimately I'm excited. My son, who is also a Splatoon advocate, he was a little disappointed at first because he's been looking for 4, and he was like, "Oh, so this Splatoon 4?" I'm like, "No." He was like, "So then what is it?" I was like, "It's Splatoon Raiders." What's that? It's a spinoff game. He's like, "What are spinoffs?" I was like, "Okay, so we gotta go down a rabbit hole here."
Yeah.
And I keep forgetting, like, this generation doesn't really experience stuff like that anymore.
Yeah.
So he was like, "I don't understand what a spinoff is. I don't understand." So I had to break it down to him. And he said, "Okay, cool. I'm willing to try it out," but he's still waiting for 4, like that multiplayer, online, 4v4 situation. But I was like, no, I'm pretty sure they'll throw some love in there here and there. But ultimately, this is going to be a single player focused adventure, as they said, with an opportunity to play, co-op or 4 players or just multiplayer in general. So I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. Geronimo, how you feeling about it?
I'm excited. Like, it's crazy because, like, I think since the last show we had here, I kept saying I'm not really getting a lot of first party on Switch 2 so far this year, and the only 2 things I was interested in that are like announced was Rhythm Heaven Groove, which is dated for July, and then Splatoon Raiders, because I'm just a Splatoon fan. So I was like, I just want to see more. Like, I like the idea of a single player Splatoon. That's I've wanted a single player focused Splatoon since Octo expansion, really, because Octo expansion, that was the first time where they were like, let's just make a single player mode, all in. It was fantastic. Still somehow underrated, but it's DLC. So, but yeah, and then now we have Splatoon Raiders also in July. So Nintendo got my money twice in July. How dare they? But how dare they? But now, like, Splatoon Raiders, yeah. So this, I'm glad it's turning out to be like they said, single player focused with optional co-op. I don't think it's gonna play, 1-to-1 like Salmon Run, like you said, Jack. Because that's more of a horde base. Like, you're in one central area. Well, that you may move here and there between waves depending on the environment. But it looks like in this one, it's looking like more dungeon crawly-esque, whereas like you're progressing on islands. I think we really like, I don't know how Nintendo's gonna showcase this, because they ever since this year, really since I think part of last year, they've been changing up their marketing style.
Yeah,
everyone's getting mixed on the expectations of directs. It's done.
Yeah,
throw it out the window. Everything's different now. Nintendo Today is the app. So maybe we'll get either a dedicated Splatoon Raiders Direct, or we'll get like, hey, tune in tomorrow. We're going to do a video with Treehouse, and they're going to show, 30 minutes of Splatoon Raiders, and we're going to see the full gameplay flow.
Especially the opportunity for local multiplayer, they're going to eat that up. And which I double check is you have to have switches. It's not split. So that's where you have to have
right.
switches.
Okay, so I misunderstood. I thought you meant split screen local.
Oh no, I meant split screen local. That's what I thought.
Okay.
But then when I took a look at the Twitter post, is you got to have, you could do local, but everybody got to have their own switch.
Right. Okay, got you. Okay, that's how it's been since Splatoon 2. And that was in that the Splatoon. God, the Switch 1 reveal where they had the tournament. Everyone had their Switch handheld. But anyway, man, that would be great to see local multiplayer Splatoon come back. It hasn't been here since 1 in Wii U, and now it's a little half-baked because of the Wii U gamepad. Well, no, the Wii U power, more so. Yeah. But yeah, Splatoon Raiders. It's looking awesome. I did see some posts on their social media, which I think they stopped them. So I guess we'll get more later on. They just did like a few posts for 2-3 days, and then they're like, "That's it for now." But what else we do know is like they showed in the trailer, we see the map, you know, the fog of war type thing. It kind of expands. You see more of the surface level you can go to.
Mhm.
There's going to be dungeon type areas you can go into. I saw some screenshots where they show them in like a magma volcanic environment, which is another reason why I wanted a single player focus, because you know a lot of Splatoon is very urban, because you know it's like supposed to be like the kids playing shooting whatever in urban paintballing basically. So like finally getting an opportunity to kind of do more like the Splatoon 3 single player mode, where like the hub area is kind of going for that snow globe-esque look, but in mimicking like a snowy environment. Now we're just straight up islands, and then like underground and little ruins here and there. Splatoon got a lot of crazy lore if you want to look for it. And I'm just looking forward to where we go next, environment wise, gameplay flow wise. I do like how it looks like the main crew in 3 Deep Cut, the 3 characters, looks like you can have them either in the little mech thing, or Big Man is just a manta ray, so he's just we saw you can just ride on round him paws as far as going through the island. Yeah, it's crazy. Listen, there's no safe where you have to end it with pause, or else you're gonna get cooked. You're gonna get cooked regardless. But so that's pretty cool to see them, more, and it kind of looks like they're taking some of their ability from the single. It's crazy. It's diabolical. The single player story, or like when you fought them as bosses. Spoilers for a 3-4-year-old game, and however long it's been. But yeah, so it's cool. I'm looking forward to seeing more. I'm curious to get into more nitty gritty stuff. We saw you can Splatoon, you can there's all new hairstyles. We saw different stuff. As I mentioned, the RCA cables and like the kind of dreadlock tentacle look. They're very inspired with how they're going with it. So I think they're going for that we're stranded, let's just find stuff.
Right.
And make do type aesthetic. So but yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing more. It's a day one. I usually get Splatoon games digital because of the drop in and out aspect of them. Or if it's like Splatfest time, you're gonna be really into it. But since it's single player focused, I think I am gonna drop the 60 on it. And actually, speaking of that, and a friend of mine actually she put me onto this, which I'm glad this happened. This is a sidetrack, but it's relevant. Stick with me. So this game is $60 physical, $50 digital. Walmart is price matching the digital physical.
Yep.
So it is $50 in store. Now, for those that are outside of the well, I don't know about outside the US. I think you might already have variable pricing. But yeah, check whatever retailer and see if they're doing the same over there too for the equivalent price of the digital for physical. But I will be definitely getting it $50 physical. That's what's up. But yeah, so I just want to see more. Just want to see more.
Okay. For me myself, I think the trailer and everything was cool. I'm not huge into Splatoon. I love the idea of Splatoon, and I would love to be into a game like that, like heavy. I picked up the first 2. And like after the second one and like getting wiped, I'm like, and it's weird too, because it's not about how many times you kill off the other player. You know what I mean? We lose.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how Sway? How do we keep losing?
Yeah, that's the problem with Turf War in general, in my opinion. For someone that's played way too many hours between all 3 games over the years. Turf War is 3 minutes, but nothing gets assigned to that last 30 seconds, bro.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's really just the last. And I really hope, and that's why I'm glad they're doing this game instead of 4. I think it needs to cook. I think it needs to really get in there. Outside, they need to breathe. We got the Switch 2 update for 3. Let them cook. Let's let them really get deep in there and kind of figure out how the matches can evolve as a 4th game.
Yeah, because that's change. It has to change at this point, because I mean, granted, you have your different game modes, you always have your different type of weapons, or even your specials, or even different pairings, right? Because I mean, you think about like you might favor using a bow, but then you don't care for the secondary weapon. and they haven't figured those out.
That
But
was a huge problem in 3.
huge problem. So that's what made me drop it pretty fast. The pairings were kind of bad, but either way, of course, there's always going to be the customization that's there. But I think it's time to try to evolve the main game because, granted, yes, the levels.
Hard agree.
So like the levels are cool, and they've brought back like the older locations as well, and then they do their rotations. I think that's been like one of the biggest gripes with my son. Right? He's like, I loved it at first, but I would really love to just be able to pick what level I'm on. And just, because I think when you think about the first person shooter crowds, like the Call of Duty crowd, they'll say, hey, look, I'll play on one map for a minute so I can master that map. And then I'll move on to the next. So that way I can have a better understanding of what's going on with how I can maneuver, how we can best practice and do this here and there. To me, I don't care either or. I mean, I think it's pretty fun when you are forced to a map that you probably wouldn't care for and it makes you get better. It kind of put me in a mindset of Mortal Kombat, 10, to where the story mode got to a point of like, hey, you're going to play as different characters. We're not just going to have you get a character and just play through their story. You're going to change throughout the story. Right. And I think that was pretty cool. But yeah, they have to figure out the game model. You got different game modes, but I don't know. I think something with the 4v4 and the arena type space, something about it needs to change. I don't know what. So if they change it, cool. If they don't, cool. Because I don't want to complain about it and then not have a solution. So I love it. I love that they have different game modes. It's not like it's just that game mode, right? You have like your own capture the flag situation. You definitely have like the tower move, which that's my favorite. The platformer, the platform where you got to pretty much keep it painted while it's moving. The tower control,
the payload.
That thing is crazy. But I mean, they just got to figure it out and keep it fresh because honestly, Splatoon 3 was a bit disappointing to me because it just felt like more of the same. And then at some points,
very iterative.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to see what they do with it, though.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't had like a subway level, like a level where you hop on a train and it brings you to like the middle or something like that, and you're painting that plus like the train itself and all that. And
I'm trying to think. Well. Yeah, we haven't had an actual subway. You ran through the subway hub in the Octo expansion on 2, which that was just a funny version of Grand Central Station,
right.
But there has been a subway level. Yeah, they gotta do that.
Yeah, like some more urban style pieces just added to the game. But yeah, I won't be personally picking up the game unless somebody else in my household really wants to play it. I do think it's cool that they've focused on the single player aspect because I believe that can still really grow. I used to play the single player just to like really figure out what the multiplayer was like, how to move around in the multiplayer.
They're mostly glorified long tutorials. Different weapon options and all that good stuff.
Which was cool, but like you guys said, I think that between 3 and 4, like it just needs a little bit of air. Just a little bit of air, work on it.
Let me miss you.
Yeah. Figure out some new components to the game. Sit there like Xenoblade, that's wrong. Sit there like Xenoverse 2 forever and be like, and then show up with a Xenoverse 3, which side note,
what about it?
No. Switch 2? We just doing that?
No, it's coming. We know how Bandai works now.
Bandai is weird.
They don't care. They don't care. Like they released a Code Vein 2, a sequel no one really asked for years later, and they changed a bunch from what I've heard, and that's an ultimate came and went game this year, in my opinion.
Oh, I forgot that it even showed up. That's crazy.
Case in point, like Tales of Arise is coming out sometime in May. I forgot what day it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they waited so long with that.
Now, I mean, the Digimon RPG is coming
It's soon.
this summer. Yeah,
Yeah.
but at least with that one, it's coming with some updates that like 60 frames and all that good stuff for the other consoles. So it's kind of like it's got a little freshness to it. But other than that, man, Bandai's probably the I'll just say they're the worst third-party publisher. Right? Well,
They were.
arguably the worst Japanese third-party publisher. on
It's
Steam,
like
right?
you'll see them support a lot in the sense of partnering with other games, but their own games. I don't get it, because
They're
even
really bad
even
about
with the Digimon, right?
Yeah.
That would be a great game that's coming over, because we were asking for that on Switch when everybody was going crazy for it. I was like, oh, this smashes Pokemon and da 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 da. That was your time to sell, because when
Right.
everybody had it on high, that was your opportunity to sell. And now everybody was like, okay, we can't do it anymore. Like, we can't keep both like holding this up as if it's better than Pokemon when it's not better than Pokemon. Like, it's apples to oranges, right? Because they don't even function the same
way.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
It's more like
I get the comparison,
game. Yeah.
but even with me, I played the demo when it came out on my Steam Deck, when I did have my Steam Deck, and I played it. I'm like, okay, I mean, it's your typical turn-based thing, and then I just don't like the capturing monster aspect of it, right? Like for me, I like if I'm fighting a monster, I go and I catch them. This one is more like relationships, like, oh, y'all got to be cool. I was like, what? Because it reminded me of like this knockoff I used to play back when I was a kid. Like, this was when I was getting fresh in the scene of like fan made games. And so somebody had made this fan made Pokemon game to where you had to call them on a phone. Like, you had to get their contact number, and then like you can try to call them, but it would be like if they showed up, then y'all were good. And like it was weird. And that's why I was like, there is no, like, for Digimon, you can have a gang of the same monster and then like level up one of them or evolve one of them, but then there's like a bunch of them still back. I don't know. It's like the monster setup just is weird to me.
It's not straightforward from I
It's
remember.
not.
Digimon be having like these side evolution. I mean, granted, Pokemon they add new ones, but in the context of the generation, it's easy to understand.
It's easier
But
to
like
understand.
the grand scheme for Digimon, it's just like, okay, Agumon evolves into Greymon. Greymon has 3 different forks, and 2 of them
Bruh.
look like a human with armor. And
It's
I'm like,
so
Yeah.
weird.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
But even with that, you know, it kind of puts me in the same mind frame as as into why I'm not a big fan of Persona, right? Like Persona, you'll go and you'll fight these monsters, and then some of them you gotta have to like try to convince, or you got to say the right thing to them for them to come and join you. And then even then you get into this whole go to this different area and try to like blend them or fuse them, and I was like, that's too much, dude. Like, just let me catch the doggone monster and call it a day. Like, it's way too much, man.
yeah, it's a lot going on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I never caught on to Digimon for that reason, because I'm like, oh, they transform and then they transform back, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And
the
then
early show was cool. I all their games were a huge blind spot for me. So
yeah, I was more of a Monster Rancher fan outside of Pokemon, so yeah,
only one person growing up that had Monster Rancher on PS1.
that was a game, man.
Yeah, it was, because you were playing that for a minute, wasn't you?
I still
They
pick
brought
it
it
up and
back.
play it. Yeah, they got 1 and 2 as a bundle on Switch.
That's pretty
I wouldn't
good.
necessarily call them remasters, but they are. They updated, not all the way updated visuals, just like, you know.
Are they widescreen?
Yes. So they've upped the resolution of them, but the games themselves are wholly intact. Outside of the whole, you know, plop in your CD to pick out which, you know,
Yeah, I thought
they ain't
was
doing that.
cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
That's for us. That's like
Yeah.
we had to be there. If not,
yeah,
it is
You
what
missed
it
that.
is.
that was mind blowing. But I mean, they did what the best they could, which was like, oh, you remember that CD that you like? Okay, well, put it in the search bar. Oh, there it is. Go ahead and pick that one. And if your level is high enough, then you'll be able to get that monster. But if not, then it'll say, oh, you haven't reached a high enough level yet, so you can't get that monster. But yeah, I mean, they've got the amount of CDs that they got on there. They got old and new. So
Did it
I do
ever
think-
matter what CD you put in there on the PlayStation?
yeah. So So I told my my brother this is that I found out if you put in Lil Bow Wow's first CD, I want to say, I think it's Dog Pound.
Dog Pound, yeah.
Dog Pound, yeah.
You get the mixture between Glalie, which was like the sun face with the the ghost that had the sun face.
Yeah.
And him and whatever the wolf's name is. So you got like a royal wolf or something like that. And if you put in Busta Rhymes ELE, you got the it was like the caterpillar one, but he was like mixed with something else. So yeah, like
how did they determine that though? That's always been my question.
I have no clue. I have no clue.
They just like reading like just some metadata, and they just saying, "All right, these letters these letters. Let's just randomize." And
I guess I don't know.
Monster. I'm just.
This one says Bow Wow, so like put a dog in there.
Man, I'd be raising an eyebrow like a dog, huh?
Yeah, like dog. And wait, it's a dog. It's a Dog Pound. So put in it. I think royalty. Yeah. Well, let's do that. Royalty. I don't know how they got caterpillars off of Busta Rhymes' extinction level event, but
that's crazy.
Maybe they
crazy.
Maybe they was like, he's got dreads. Throw in the caterpillars. Throw in the caterpillars. But yeah, no, it's still a thing. But yeah, man, I don't. It's weird because I got excited, well, semi excited for Xenoverse 3, and I'm like, oh man, they finally dropping in the Xenoverse, and look at all these, and they got a whole little trailer to it, and I'm like, sweet. Wait a minute, and I don't see no Switch 2, PlayStation, and Xbox, and PC, and I'm like, y'all gotta be kidding me. Y'all really gonna do this again?
They're doing it again, bro. Like unless it's like a cult Namco thing, like the Pac-Mans and stuff like that, or like I guess the Tales of side, they're doing all these remasters and re-releases.
Yeah,
on which one at 30 frames. So I don't know. Anyway, Bamco just be disappointing me. Like I know who they are. They show us who they are, and
they really do.
And with the new system, they're showing us who they will continue to be. So I'm just meeting them halfway, being like, all right, bro, I get it. So I
guess you can't be disappointed when you expect how people move.
How to get down.
That's really all. That's really it. Once you know the chess moves, it's just like, all right, man. I'll see you in a year or two.
Yeah. Hopefully, I don't pick up your game early. Actually, I won't. I won't.
And then it's gonna be like another 20-year game of all the content from the movies, the anime, whatever else.
Yeah.
So
I'm not jumping.
It is what it is.
Plus 1 and 2 were really like 2 was better than 1, obviously, because of
I had to on the Switch 1. I got those in the first year.
Yeah,
I didn't play it a lot, but I enjoyed my 20 hours of the game.
They changed up like some of the story and stuff like that, which was like kind of like what I wanted from Sparking Zero at first, and it sounds like it doesn't really do it to the level of Xenoverse. So I mean, that was cool with 2, but I'm like, now you got a third game, and it's like, okay, like either you gotta start us off in the Super era, because that's one thing that Xenoverse 2 really didn't like touch to that level, or you're gonna have to create your own story at this point in time, because
it needs to. It just needs to create its own story, because even when because it's supposed to come out next year.
Yeah.
Even within that, from what they're saying, we still gonna be recycling stuff next year from Super.
Yeah.
So we're not seeing the new stuff until later, and I'm like, okay, this is getting annoying.
Yeah, I don't know why they treat Dragon Ball, the franchise, like that.
I don't know. Like I knew some of it solely because it was a lot that happened after
Daima.
Not even so much as Daima.
I haven't even watched.
But Akira Toriyama, after he passed, there was a lot of like who owns what. Like, and who's to be able to do what? And of course, with anything, and anybody that's had family pass away, like if you got some dealings with some money or anything, it's going to always be a fight. But once they figure that out, now we're looking at what should be when Super comes back. We see the Moro arc and everything that comes with Granola. But no, we got to redo Beerus and we got to redo Frieza. And why? Hey, why are we redoing these?
Just because my man's put in Super Saiyan 4 at the end and was like, yeah, it doesn't make sense if Super Saiyan 4.
Why can't they just have done it the first time where the subject? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I choose to not wrap my head around it because then I'll get a headache.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. The drawings were bad. Cool.
Right.
We're over it. It was 2000 and what? It's been
16, 17.
Yeah, so I'm like,
I think it finished at like 18.
Yeah.
We're done. Like, yes, you did bad art there.
Yeah.
Bad team. But now let's move on to what we're gonna do and do it the right way.
Right.
We're wasting time. You're wasting effort. You're wasting resources. Going back through Beerus as if we didn't get it implemented in anime. It didn't have its own movie.
Right.
Like, we doing a lot right now.
We know who he is. Please don't redo Broly, because that's not necessary.
I can almost bet that one coming up.
Oh, you think they will?
I think so. If they're doing Beerus and Frieza, why not? Actually, no. Broly wasn't a bad animation, so I don't think.
No, Broly was great.
Broly was Oh god, I forgot what that studio's called. They did a One Piece movie way back.
Because they
I forgot.
nearly made that one look like how Fighters was at a point. We're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, they started mimicking
Are they doing
the
Fighters
super.
or? Yeah. So yeah, I would keep that one. And I was okay with Superhero too. I would say Superhero was.
Superhero was cool. I liked it. 3D worked sometimes, and sometimes it was a little. But overall, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Honestly, okay. Thing real quick. I don't think you're gonna touch the new Broly movie because I think I will hope they understand that the studio they got for it, they can't get them for anything else at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And then two, they know us. Well, everyone that watched it enjoyed it. I watched that in theaters with my crew, and we was all like, "Yo!" We was like turning up. I'm the people behind this haters, but who cares? We was turning up in the theater because that art style, everything about it was really good. So I think if they go back and try and redo it again, and it's worse, just why?
I think that was the movie that realistically started really bringing anime heads into the movie theaters to watch these movies. Like that was kind of the setup.
But they're gonna end up losing people if they keep doing what they're currently doing. And what I mean by that is with, for example, Blue Lock, which is like a soccer anime.
Yeah.
My son was like, "Oh, they got a movie, Dad. Like, we got to go see it." So I'm like, "All right, cool. Let's go see the movie. No problem." And all it was a different viewpoint of season 1. I said, "Y'all can't do that." Like,
wait, really? In the
that's
movie?
all it was. That's all it was. So like you saw season 1, but then there was another important character in the anime, but you just saw it from his viewpoint of how season 1 played out. And I was like, nope, we're not doing this crap again. Like you literally just showed me season 1 in an hour and 30 minutes.
No, like, you can't do that. Like, you can't do that. And most of these ones you have to, like, they did the cinematic universe, the MCU thing, where it's like, oh, you want to get to season 2? You gotta watch the movie. Like, you gotta watch that in between piece to actually understand what's going on.
And you really do. And some of them will go as far as you got to read the manga too. And I'm like, come on, dude. Like, I get it because y'all starting to really get into that Final Fantasy level, like what they did with 15. Like 15, you had to digest everything to understand what was going on.
Yeah, 15 was crazy.
That was a mess. I remember reading about that. Big mess.
Well, with that being said, we're getting into getting closer to summer games, and there's so many things that need to go on in between that time, and games as well, honestly. So with that being said, Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo, this is kind of the last month. I don't expect us to possibly have a direct that comes directly from Nintendo.
No.
And the only reason why I say it like that is because if there is a direct, I think it'd be more so a Pokemon direct. They seem to usually do stuff a little bit earlier than.
Oh yeah, they're on their own schedule. That's Pokemon Company.
Yeah. So we may get
I don't
something.
understand.
Right.
I don't understand that.
But I also don't know if we actually get anything from them either, because we're not supposed to get Pokemon until next year. So
Correct. Yeah.
Well, I can see them pop. I can see like a new Pokemon presents. Maybe August at the earliest, like later in the summer, like after this period. Ironically,
yeah, we may get one more about Wind and Waves in August.
I doubt that.
Pokopia, I would not be. I mean, well, one, we know how well Pokopia is doing. Two,
Yeah.
I would not. Actually, no, two things. Not just Pokopia,
Oh
Champions.
yeah,
Champions.
Pokemon Champion.
Yeah. I already went through my little thing with that. As far as there's not a lot here, but yeah, both
I
of those.
didn't touch it. Like, I just downloaded
Oh,
it.
it's out.
It's been
man.
out. Yeah, I just been watching streams, and I was like, you don't have this in, but you have this.
Oh, they gonna drip feed that, brother. You should know that. They gonna drip.
I think it was
feed
gonna be. I didn't think it was gonna be that bad. Like
They
I
was-
was like, oh brother, like you can't even use half of the brand spanking new megas. I think that's hilarious. But anyway, I digress on that. Yeah, I think they're gonna do another one at least before this summer ends, because I do believe they're gonna do some content update for Pokopia. Because looking at how that game is, I'm just looking like, and it's on the game key card for physical, though that's Pokemon Company. That's their publishing.
Right.
They could easily just be like, hey, here are these 3 not towns in Kanto, and have fun and all that stuff. And then we just talked about the drip feed for Champions. We're gonna see Winds and Waves again in another I think around that time too. So they definitely could do another one.
I would say Winds and Waves. I don't think we'll see it again until next year.
Think so?
I solely, the reason why I say next year is because from what I'm thinking is going to happen, we're not going to see anything Nintendo this month, right?
No.
Because June is around the corner, and I think a lot of people forget, even though E3 is not here, there are a bunch of companies and creators that treat June like E3.
Yeah.
So,
Still, yeah.
Still.
they still move the same. Microsoft still goes to that big stadium and they do their presentation. Sony goes to the big presentation. Nintendo does the same thing. Like, they treat it as if E3 is still here. So I think that's where we're going to get the bulk of the second half of the year. So of course we'll figure out what's going on, because that's people's biggest complaints, and that's why I was like, you can't have too much going on or too much you're playing if you're concerned about the back half of this year. There's too much play right now for you to be worried about the back half of this year. But I think that's where we'll get more introductions. I think that's when we'll see Star Fox, if it's real.
I'm inclined to believe it's real. I just think, shout out to Dr. 81 on Twitter. I saw his post, I think, the day or two ago. He said that he thinks that Nate DeHaye's getting Jeff grubbed, where way back when he was calling a direct, and he pretty much was, I think it was like a Thursday of that week, and he was like, if it doesn't happen this day, I'll shave my head. It didn't get announced that day. The very next day it got announced, and it was like, oh man.
Yeah. That's the thing. I believe that there will be one. It's just, I think the key thing everyone's focused on is if it's going to be announced or not. That was my issue with what he said. My issue with what he said was it was going to be another on the rails similar to the original game. I was like, they got to switch it up. They got to switch it up.
Here I go on my soapbox. Star Fox's soul, I've been playing this somewhat. Well, I mean, eventually they'll probably hit this. So I've been playing on my Thor off and on recently too, and maybe I'm crazy, but I still think this is the vision of if they want to keep the space combat, but also expand the foot combat. We have Landmaster and whatnot. They could bring. I mean, it might give people like fight or flight. But they can bring back the Walker from Zero and I guess more or less the often forgotten Star Fox 2 from back in the day, bring it back and then refine that and make that part of the on foot. But I still think that can be enhanced. I still think that can be refined and make it into like it's kind of middle budget, mid tier, but still enjoyable Star Fox kind of like goofy space drama type of game. And you can still have your arcadey. I'm trying to run from Corneria to Venom in like 30 minutes type thing. You can still do that. I still think they can still get that accomplished. But if it's just by numbers, Star Fox 64 again, same crew, same beat, same off. You're just like your father, Fox, just like 30 years ago. Like, come on, dog. Look, I get it. James is just Fox's model with shades on. That's cool, but I've seen it already. I've seen it twice. I've seen it thrice. I've seen it 3 different times. So yeah, they gotta come with it, man. They gotta come with it. It won if it does exist, which I do think it exists. After seeing the Mario movie and all that effort, it's gotta exist in some form. I just hope it's something fresh or something that is fresh and focused.
Yeah. No, but I feel that. Like,
I do think they are playing games with Nate the Hate though, which is kind of funny to me, not in a malicious way, but in like a let's see what happens next kind of way.
Yeah, we talked about this kind of behind the scenes before we started the show. I at this point, like everybody who follows what Nate the Hate says and talks about how credible he is, I feel y'all. Like cool. If you believe what you want to believe, don't believe what you don't want to believe. Does he have credibility? Yeah, most certainly. He's definitely got some credibility. I just think whenever it comes to Nintendo, like Geronimo said, I think whenever it comes to Nintendo, especially Nintendo related things, grain of salt ain't enough. You got to take it with a boulder of salt. Like,
Right.
It's this is not the same Nintendo that we were dealing with like back in the Wii U era, or even
Definitely
in the beginning of the Switch era, or anything previous to that. These people, this company now has a personality, and their personalities, shout outs to Vito, their personality is more like a Capricorn. Like, you said I was gonna do that? Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. Oh, you ain't say I was going. I ain't gonna do. Oh, I bet you I will. Bet you I will.
The leakers gotta adapt to Nintendo, who's already adapted to us.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's time.
that's how they move. So, and so, like, did he hear about Ocarina of Time? Did he hear about Star Fox? Did he hear about Metroid? Yeah, maybe. But as soon as that got out, it was like,
Bet.
yeah,
Bet.
right.
We know who you talking to. Appreciate you.
Bet that.
Like, let's keep it a buck. And I've been following his stuff for years now, even before when he had his standard direct feed games YouTube channel, which was just uploads of footage with no commentary. I do believe, and I think this goes for the vast majority of folks that were, came and went for the Nintendo leaker circles. I think most of his sources are either marketing PR that work with Nintendo of America or straight third parties. So I'm to believe if this Star Fox thing is real, it's not 100% made by Nintendo EPD over there in Kyoto. I think it's like partnered with like somebody at Bandai Namco.
Yeah.
Or hey, you never know. I think Doctor had a theory where the folks that did I was thinking of the Mario Kart live circuit, the little basic AR type joint. He thinks they might be working with them just based off of other people in Nintendo. Could be some folks from the Ubisoft game that did Starlink.
That would make sense.
And I mean, it's been a lot of years. Ubisoft bleeding like crazy because the top brass is they just falling asleep.
They don't want to let good and evil go.
Right, they're like, oh, it's still in development, guys. Yeah, all right. The one
What?
person that hasn't seen the time of day, that shouldn't count. But yeah. So Yeah, so if the Star Fox thing doesn't come to fruition, or if it's just like a Star Fox Zero, it's, I don't know, definitive edition or whatever. I've seen people ask for that over the years, but if it's one of those, then we'll just we'll see how social media handles it, like everything, and keep it moving from there. But I don't know, man. Like, this is interesting. This rumor mill stuff is interesting. If they can figure out Nate's, whoever he talks to. Because I'll be one more. I'm sorry, Sam. I just remembered something. The two other things I remember from the past couple of years or so that have not come to fruition: the fabled Fire Emblem 4 remake.
Oh yeah,
that was his thing. That was his thing. And then 2, and I don't see many people talk about this one because we already got a different one. I think it was early last year or maybe 2 years ago. He's talking about a remake of the 3DS Kirby Planet Robobot.
Yeah,
I do remember that. Yeah.
Yep. And I mean, hey. I mean, granted, this all could be none and void. One general direct, but we're not there yet.
Yeah.
So we just have to wait and see. It's interesting.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this in my personal thoughts about it.
You got the floor.
When we get into June and we get into the summer of video game trailers, I absolutely think Nintendo will have a direct in June. If we don't see a Ocarina of Time remake or a Star Fox remake, and all we get is like the new Mario, my feelings is they ain't coming. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Because I don't we always run into this situation where we get into like the most prolific time to show off trailers, and then a lot of people are like, well, the reason why it didn't show up, it's funny because like before they're like, this is showing up, this is going to be there, it's going to be a complete blowout, this is going to be here, this is going to be here. And then when in retrospect they're like, but you got to understand, like this and this and this, all the things that I was just saying, you got to be realistic. Like they weren't going to show all of those at the same time.
No, it would make sense.
And I know people's argue on that is like, well, why would they show it all at the same time? That would just cannibalize sales or like
exactly.
But it's like that excuse only works when you start having release dates. Like Nintendo will go as far as the beginning. Well, for now, as far as a year from now. So 2027, spring of 2027. They're not going any further than that. They don't do that. But you will get all the way to the end of the year and the beginning part of next year. So even if they showed off Zelda and Star Fox and Mario and whatever else you want to throw in there, all they have to do is say 2027 or 2028, 2027, not 28, but 2027 coming springtime 2027. That kills all of that. Like nobody's gonna be like, okay, well, I was just waiting for Ocarina of Time, so I'll just wait a whole nother year to pick up the system.
Right.
Nah, people aren't really doing that anymore, especially with the speed of how everything is escalating in hardware sales. So just like the mere mention of something, people are like, okay, so they finally dropped what I want them to drop, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy it now, and in the meantime I'll play some of the backlog until this game comes out, and then when the game comes out I'll be ready. So I don't believe in the whole we gotta wait. They're only gonna drop one big name game, especially during that time, because that didn't happen in 2017 when they dropped Mario and Zelda and Xenoblade all in the same set of trailers. Like it's they can do what they want. But the reason why I also say that is like in retrospect is like, if you're like, they're gonna wait until August to show off this game or they're gonna wait until August. I don't see it happening, man. I don't see it happening. I think the next big one outside of June that we get is probably gonna be like September, October, that time where they start talking about some of the stuff that's already about to come out and maybe give you a little of what's happening in the coming spring. But
So,
Star Fox.
so
Go
question.
ahead.
We're talking about the directs with June, right? And what's the
Showcases in general, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I feel like, yeah, when we talk about Nintendo's big franchises, if we're talking Zelda, this Ocarina of Time remake has been rumored for a better part of a couple years now. Like,
Yeah.
this has been
Yeah, it's
floating
not the first time I've heard it either.
No, it's not the first time.
Because Nate was like, "This is coming this year," and it's like, "Oh."
22 or 23.
Yeah, it's been floating for a minute. Because I know Jay's been talking about it for a minute. So if that is the possible holiday game, does that, in y'all eyes, cancel out GTA 6
No.
for the Switch 2?
Wait, okay.
Oh, for the Switch 2 itself.
like,
in
like,
particular.
like,
Because our ideals, I know we've been gone for 3 weeks, but on the Winging It podcast, we're flirting with the idea. We don't say like, oh, we're 100% stamping it, but we're flirting with the idea that Nintendo could potentially have, which another rumor, Nate said that Mario's not coming this year, that he's coming next year along with Pokemon. So if Mario's not here this year, and if Pokemon's not here this year, and we know there's not a new mainline Zelda coming this year, because I mean, Tears of the Kingdom still has to breathe as well. Can we say that this is Nintendo saying, hey, here's the red carpet, whew, let it out, go ahead, there you go, do your announcement, and you got the fall? Or is this just Nintendo saying, hey, we ain't got nothing, this we'll just move on to next year?
I realistically can't see Nintendo not trying to grab some sort of money, something.
yeah.
And I think out of any titles that I can think of or any franchise, I think the best one to pick would be Zelda. And specifically Ocarina of Time remake or remaster. Hopefully it's a remake. I would much prefer a remake. And I've said this like multiple times. I would much rather them just put Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time under one hood. Like, if you're going to do the mask mechanic, do the Alice in Wonderland thing. You fell into the tree. It only works in the masks only work in this alternate universe. When you come out of the tree, like you're in the Ocarina of Time universe. You can do it. You can do it, and it's possible. Literally, it is Tears of the Kingdom minus the sky area. All you gotta do is the depths and the top side. But the reason why I say that game specifically is because I think it will sell well enough by nostalgic fans and people who really wanted that game, but it doesn't directly interfere with what GTA 6 is about and what it's doing. And the reason why I say that is because Mario would be a new game in the franchise. Like that's a completely new game. So you're banking off of a new, like a whole new experimentation.
Correct.
With that franchise. Star Fox is the same way. It's either going to be a new game or a new way to play that game.
Yeah.
In a way that not a lot of people have played it. So the Xenoblade Chronicles X situation. And I think you're really banking on like that working so you can continue on to that franchise. Zelda is the only one that, from what we're hearing about as far as like that franchise goes, that game is not new. You don't necessarily have to put in new mechanics to that game for it to already work. Some quality of life type things, sure, that's fine. If you want to slap a different color paint on it, cool, that's great. But like, the game is already intact. You already know what you're going to get with it, and either you're going to get the same amount that you got when you first dropped that game, or you're going to get more. Is it going to do more numbers than Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom? Probably not initially. Over time, it probably will, because people will be like, "Oh my gosh!" Like the Wind Waker effect.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Like this quality,
yeah.
like you got to pick up this game. The quality of life of this is crazy.
Skyward
It feels
Sword.
like a whole new game. Yeah, Skyward Sword. So you can do that. I think that's really possible. But with that being said, does it still leaves a lane for GTA, and you can
Okay.
drop it in the winter time too. Don't forget that. Like
Yeah.
they ain't scared to drop Zelda in the winter. They already did it. So you can say, hey, all right, we're giving you November and Black Friday. We'll let you
Mhm.
have it. You can have it. You
Yeah.
can have it. That's all you. We gonna go ahead and drop this new Ocarina either in December, or you can do it in October.
That's
or
what I was thinking
September.
too. October or September. Yeah.
So that way you have something going into that, but they wouldn't cannibalize each other at all. I don't think so.
Oh, wait. Hold on. So, are y'all talking about the possibility of a GTA 6 release
On the Switch 2.
Switch 2 this
Yeah.
year?
Yeah.
And the only reason why, because I think Nate kind of hinted at it too, and while he said it wasn't anything he was solidifying, he was just throwing out there as just bait to see what the conversation can come about on. I've kind of been in that same mindset, and I think Jay and Andre have been on the same mindset as well too, because there's always this conversation of impossible for a game we have not seen. Like let's be
And
very,
there's no
very
real
clear.
gameplay, no mini map, no, the usual what
Right.
weapon to send the other, no go here
Cutscene-y,
in the middle of the
cutscene.
daggone
It's
screen.
very, very, very CGI cutscene situation. So
I've seen engine footage for 2 seconds at a time, but come on, dog.
Yep.
Most people ain't looking at it like that.
And so
Yeah.
now Kiwi saying that the marketing should ramp up this month for GTA 6, right?
I
So
can see that.
the marketing ramping up this month to be prepared for whatever the release date is going to be in this fall.
Mhm.
So if we're talking about ramp up, now let's be very clear. Even if they do marketing right now and they start talking about what platforms are coming out, Nintendo's not going to be listed, even if it was coming out on Nintendo. They want their
Oh, yeah.
own separate announcement because that's how Nintendo gets down.
Facts.
But-
That's big.
That's so
big.
funny. Nintendo versus Rockstar, both my
They both
way, no
the same.
my way. Upload on a random Wednesday, like these two.
They're
the only
twins.
ones.
Yeah.
They are
really,
twins.
They're both looking at each side of the mirror, seeing the like.
Listen,
Hey,
this is how you did it. We're gonna do it my way. No, we're gonna do it my. See, this is why we can't never agree. This is why you can't get no games.
man.
See, and this is why you ain't never on our system. We still selling. See, all right.
Now,
Cool out,
I
blood.
would-
Cool
I
out,
would-
blood. Okay, Chris. Okay, Chris.
Oh, yeah, Craig.
Because that's because I want to throw it out there. Because granted, the way
not
I
a
initially thought it was going to happen was, yeah, we're not going to see a Switch 2 version right now, and the Switch 2 version will come alongside the PC version,
Mhm.
and that's typically
That's
how
that's
I would
been
do
what
that.
I've said. That's what I was thinking.
So, but that's where I'm like, this. If that is the case, I feel like Rockstar has to have a presence somewhere this year, and maybe it's this. I don't know why, but this Red Dead 2
Mm.
situation that's been
Also,
brewing
a
for-
Nate that hates special, but I do.
Mm.
I don't know. Well, I mean, that's weird. It's not even like, oh, did Nate say or not to me? That's one of those. Well, Red Dead came out on the Switch 1. It got a Switch 2 version with
Mhm.
mouse control or
Mhm.
whatever they get. It's either gyro or mouse. One of the two. I forget.
Mouse.
They taking advantage of the system.
Correct.
Yeah, mouse. Okay, thank you. So it's like RDR2 is likely on the way eventually in this lifetime. I don't
Mhm.
know when.
I don't know why, but
I mean, well,
I don't like that game. It's
Yeah, I
so
don't-
boring.
I don't care. I don't really.
Which
care
one?
for it,
RDR2?
really.
RDR, yes.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
so
know
really
how
boring.
people stand by it so heavily. And
I think they just get. They either are used to the sluggish kind of Rockstar third person movement and combat and stuff, or they just get so immersed that they just don't care.
it doesn't
Yeah.
make sense to me. They're like,
I
look,
think they just get
look,
immersed.
you don't like this game. It's always the same. They always go to the same thing.
The same.
Yeah,
You
they,
don't like
they the
this
same
game?
people.
Look how lush these graphics
Right,
are.
they
And
be
I'm
like-
like, bro,
Switch
don't
2 could
care.
never, and it's like, all right, man. Like once again,
It's-
your behind gonna look real dumb.
yeah.
You know what? Now that we've been talking about this,
Yeah.
GTA may not be the one because What about Dust Bloods?
Yeah, so that's okay.
Oh,
So
yeah.
perfect. So I'm not saying heck no, it's impossible for GTA 6 to be surprised, like, oh, it's coming to Switch 2 as well whenever it releases this fall, next year, what have you. I think they're gonna get, as usual. I think Rockstar is gonna get real cozy with Sony with that, because Sony is just a third party leader for now. As far as that type stuff. So, you know,
Which teeth would you like me to suck today?
right. They're over there like, you're increasing these prices on these PS5s, but as soon as GTA 6 release date trailer drop,
Right.
we're like, crash Bum Rush, the remaining GameStops haven't been closed yet. They're gonna be like, sir, ma'am, $5, pre-order now, or whatever it is now, if they still do that. But me personally, I still think, because I mean, I know people are kind of looking at it in the short term, like, oh, the GTA 6 will never run on Switch 2 because its tablet is weak. Blah, Nintendo baby, all the
Don't pay no
usual
attention to
talk.
them people.
Exactly,
Right.
the same old people regurgitating the same nonsense. Like GTA 5, this is going to be like a decade and a half, potentially. I don't know how the gaming industry will be in the 2040s. That's crazy to say, but could be a 2-decade type of game. So that, you know, eventually it's going to find its way on the Nintendo platform. Like Xbox, you know, they're saying all the nice things, this and the other. Cool. I'm not going to go deep into that. That's another topic entirely with what's her name, new head of them. But they're shrinking. Their pie has been shrinking for years now. Sony's just kind of more by default being around the same just because of Xbox, and Nintendo's growing. So it's like eventually GTA 6 is gonna find its way, and it's gonna be like a game key card. The same people are gonna whine as per usual. Blah blah. It's exhausting, but they're gonna get the game anyway if they're interested. But I do still think personally it's gonna release after the other console, the 9th gen consoles get their release. It will be nice if it's alongside the PC release, but if it's not, eventually he'll stop by.
Oh wow! I looked up and all I saw was Fro.
Baby face on the
Got so much hair.
Shayla, yeah, that is impressive.
All I saw was Fro.
Yeah, but okay, but to bring it back as far as what could be the fall thing for Nintendo, just in case they don't have like a big, super major, brand new game for the fall. Dust Bloods is definitely one of them. As a matter of fact, I do think they don't have any. They just said 2026 , right? I don't think they have like a.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
so that
still
could
not
very
there.
easily be like, here's our September release or whatever. Let's say Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave is August. Let's say that, whatever. And then Dust Bloods is September. Boom. It is what it is. It's a banger. It's not discourse. We know how the internet goes. It comes out. And then that's that. That's going to be system seller in itself, because there's some people who are just like, there's nothing to get on Switch 2. You know, they just look at first party. The next From Software game is Dust Bloods.
Right.
So all eyes are going to be on that joint when they finally start talking. You know, we see gameplay and everything and how the game goes. So that's going to be a thing. But honestly, if the whole Microsoft Call of Duty thing was legit years ago, if the FCC, Call of Duty could very well be one of those big major, this is a third party release for this part of the fall title. I do think the next Call of Duty could be that. Now the Call of Duty stock's gonna lower because of that last one, but at the same time, Call of Duty is Call of Duty. You're gonna get people pulling up and trying to get.
When are we supposed to get that? Not that I care because I'm not buying it, but when is that supposed to start that commitment?
Question, Jack. Great question.
I'm kind of on the lines with you, Jack. Like they didn't say when, but
they just said it was going to happen. They just didn't say
the way the higher ups of this country running right now. Who knows?
It's like, hey, when it comes, it's gonna be 10 years. But
whenever we decide to, is when it begins. All right.
That's crazy. That you can be that vague. It's just like you be that vague.
They were smart with that. They were smart with that.
You're very, very, very smart. But yeah, it could be Dust Bloods for that. If it pops off like they both Nintendo and what's the name, Miyazaki are expecting it to. Call of Duty, maybe some other thing we don't really know about that'll drop this fall. Yeah. But I mean, GTA 6 does get the surprise. It's like they did for Pragmata at the Game Awards, where it's like new trailer, and then they fizzle in that Switch 2 logo and people crash Twitter or whatever.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun time. That'd be a fun
Yeah.
time.
I think that would-
run at 5 frames per second.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
what the goalpost. Goalpost is
Like,
moving so
they gonna
quickly.
be filming. They'll be
Enjoy-
typing.
Enjoy your 2 frames per second Call of Duty or Call of Duty. Enjoy 2 frames per second GTA 6.
Yo,
Bro,
they
come
be
on. You
filming.
said it wasn't going to show. That's what you said.
What you had done said.
And
Yeah,
shoot,
you said that.
We haven't really talked about it all this show, but you know the I was about to say Fire Emblem. The Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth demo is out. I haven't tried it.
Oh, yeah. I haven't
Yeah.
tried it yet
There's
either.
been-
I tried it. Yeah.
You have to. Okay, cool. So there's like actual stats and how it's running, like resolutions and stuff.
Mhm.
So like for dots, it's going from 540 to I think 720 in DLSS to 1080. I think that's the
Right.
image at the end.
Yeah.
And then for handheld, I read something. It's between like 3 something and 5 something
Mhm.
40p or whatever. And I think they're getting it up to like a 720p image. I could be wrong on that number. It might be 720, might be 1080 handheld. But I say all that to say that's giving us an idea of how a 9th gen PS5 open world focused type game is on the Switch 2.
Yeah.
We see these super low resolution, native resolutions, DLSS doing this thing, bringing it up, and the image quality supposedly is better than the PS5 performance mode for Rebirth. So take
Yeah.
that into consideration.
All it takes is dedication and time, man. That's
Yep,
all.
you know
time,
what?
resources,
You
enough
know
money
what?
being
With
thrown
all that
around.
glory, it was still missing the fruit on the table.
Yeah, that is a funny thing, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know if
It's
that's true.
stupid. Like, I don't understand people's like, whoop, the game's not good. Guess what? It's missing what is
some
it?
fruit.
It's no. It's missing content. It's missing
Inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, granted, this is a demo. Watch in a
It
month
can
or
change.
in a month, the full release comes out. One person, whoever's a YouTuber on Twitter, can be like, "Hey, look, the fruit's back on the table."
Right.
There we go. People that bought the game gonna play it, be like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'm already in the back half of the game where everything's going insane."
Yeah, it
Because
doesn't
it's Final
matter because
Fantasy 7.
the fruit is what makes it drop frames. So, it doesn't. It's like, man, people love
People
moving
weird.
that goalpost. It's just so crazy to me.
It's
that
so
it's-
It's
weird.
very strange. It's such a weird usage of energy and time.
Yeah.
I'd be
I
like,
don't understand.
I'd be like, "What y'all talking about? I'm over here playing like 3 different games on my
Right.
shoe. Like, what are you talking about?"
have y'all got to that end part yet? No, because we stopped at the fruit part because there wasn't no fruit there. So we
Well, no
Right.
fruit there, so I'm not playing it.
I
Yeah.
didn't play much of the game, and when I say I didn't play, the video I was watching ended at 20 minutes, and that's of somebody else playing it.
That's ironically how far I got to and stopped playing.
Oh,
You're like, okay, oh wow,
yeah.
that's
Suddenly,
crazy.
your technical impressions stop right here.
crazy. Like, I stopped liking the game right at that point too. Wow, that's wow.
Interesting. But yeah. So again, that could lead to. I mean, granted, I have read on places
Mhm.
like the Borderlands 4 situation. That is a Nintendo funded project for Switch 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
think
that is on the shelf for sure. Like I think that will come out later eventually.
so. I do think this year, I think we're gonna get a few surprises. One game that hasn't been talked about that I'm still interested in is the is it Dawn of the Daywalker? Dawn of the
Why does that sound familiar?
It's the movie or the movie. It's the game with the white blade.
It said Dawn of the Daywalker.
I think that's what it's called.
You mean the Blood of Dawn Walker? No,
Some-
I mean this
Oh,
one was
I
Xbox.
think it is Blood of Dawn Walker because when I typed Dawn of the Daywalker,
Yeah, that's the thing that came up with Blood of Dawn Walker.
yeah, it's like I think you meant.
Yeah, maybe that's what it
Oh,
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The
I
blood
don't
of
even remember this.
the blood of Dawn Walker.
Me
This is
either.
Yeah.
Bandai. Oh, that's gonna be on Switch 2 in 2030. Let's see.
Yeah, you're playing as a white blade, you walk around during the daytime. Actually it's like that mixed with Soul Reaver.
Oh, interesting.
you know, you're walking around. Your master can't go out during the daytime, so you go out during the daytime, and do all the things to help assist your master, I believe. And then at some point, obviously, you're gonna turn on him because he was, you know, he's your master. But yeah, so there's games like that. There's a game like that that I definitely want to see, and I think it'll show up. One that oddly has not shown up, and everybody's so excited about Wolverine. Oh my gosh, Wolverine! When Wolverine shows up, Wolverine shows up, Wolverine shows up. When
you see how it's being treated,
and
Insomniac is still recovering from that hack they had like 4 years ago.
And my question is like, oh no, Soros just showed up. So
I did get Soros. I haven't started yet.
but Soros in itself is still kind of quiet.
Yeah,
It's
it's
'cause
the
people
overhype of the fanboys.
It's because people are getting bodied by it again, even though I heard they made it a little more accessible.
Yeah,
Like, oh man, it should have the easy mode or whatever people are saying.
But
I'll have some impressions on this next show.
all that talk and ain't nobody said anything about Phantom Blade Zero, and that's supposed to come out this year.
But here's,
Glad you said
I'll
that.
give them some grace on that because that game went quiet.
Mm-hmm.
That because I was on here before when I was like, hey, I'm contemplating about running back, getting another PS5 because there are some games that's coming up that I'm really interested in. Out of all of those games, the only one that's making noise right now with the release date is NBA The Run. That's the only one. Phantom Blade has been quiet. I don't know what's going on with that game.
They
Super
posted
quiet.
about it. See, it's May now. They posted once last month. They're talking about like their mocap actor, the Chinese actors or whatever, and then they're saying that they had like a big thing of text saying this is not made of anything AI, which I was like, oh, cool, thank you for that, I like that.
Right.
I think that's. No, that was the update. They talked about actors, the AI, and they also said, hey, we're in the polish phase. Like I think they're in polish phase, so they're just head down, they're working. I guess
We haven't gotten a date, have we?
Yeah, it's sometime in September.
Yeah, I
There's a
think it's
release
sometime
date.
in September.
I'm just blanking on it.
Okay.
I'm glad y'all mentioned that though. That's the game I'd be forgetting about because, like you said, it's just like quiet, out of
It
sight,
gets
out
quiet,
of
man.
mind.
It gets
Yeah.
very quiet.
I think whenever they have previews, like we're playing the previews of the game coming out in September, then that's why I'll start paying more attention to it.
They posted something on the Twitter, their Twitter page, and it says, just to clarify, Phantom Blade Zero doesn't have an honor system, but side quests can influence the direction of the main story. Thanks for all the hype. That's no different than Black Myth, because that does the same thing.
Yeah, because that's why I haven't touched Black Myth, solely because I want to play this. I don't, like I said, I really, really want to play this game because it caught my attention. Now, it will be disappointing if they dumb down like what they showed us at first, because it looked so fluid when they first showed it to us.
And that second time they showed it wasn't as fluid.
It wasn't as fluid. It really wasn't.
September 9th.
That's what I saw up there recently with Keith. Mighty Keith was saying September 9th.
Yeah, it says
that's like a week before my birthday.
Actually, it's showing some gameplay. So if I can do it from here, let me see if I can.
Because that one's on my radar for sure.
Yeah, they got a little bit.
And let me jot that down. That might be a PS5.
Phantom Blade Zero is based on Rembrandt, an indie game I made all by myself in like 15 years ago. In 2021, we decided to make a major shift to big console and PC titles. That is the beginning of Phantom Blade Zero. We created this style, we call it Kung Fu Punk, in which we mix in our own Chinese culture and Chinese wuxia cultures with those cool elements from modern entertainment industry, such as steampunk, folklore, and also cosmic horror and such. In doing this, we're going to create something both authentic as well as universal.
Oh, that's pretty cool right there. Golly, big ass. Big mace.
Our
Hold
hero's
on.
soul was heavily wounded in the heart, so he has only 66 days left to live. With this very limited time, he has to find a way to save himself, as well as finishing his revenge. But on the way, he found out there are some darkness that may destroy the world, and then he changed his priority from saving himself to save the world. But I would say it's
that
neither
was
Souls-like nor hack and slash.
Okay.
We would
Yeah,
love to
right.
create something in
Back on my
between,
radar again.
something with both the explorations and also fast-paced combat. Some players want accessibilities while the others want challenges. So we will have different difficulty options for both of them, and we want to make each difficulty options unique. The very good thing for PC gamers is they have different ways to experience the game. I think RTX and DLSS 4 are the main features that enhance our game a lot. As a small team, these technologies can get us the top level of graphics. The rain is one of our core environmental features. So having a convincing presentation of anything in the rain is important. And also we have a lot of surrealism scenes that needs to be done in a very unique way. So we count on ray tracing system for this. It's difficult to maintain the frame rate while you have a top-notch graphic. So DLSS 4 and other NVIDIA technologies support us to get a stable frame rate while getting the best graphics. Phantom Blade Zero is coming to Steam on September the
There you
Yeah,
go.
we don't need.
All right.
We don't need
Yeah.
have that wish listed. That's on me.
Yeah, let me wish list that.
Yeah. That
Oh, it is on my wish list. I
so
forgot.
I think it still looks like a great game, but it definitely is not nearly as fluid as they originally
And-
showed it.
Temper expectation. Yeah, we'll just have to see, when press get their hands on with it for real. Like more than just, trailers like that. Once they start playing it and we can see just direct feed gameplay that's representative of the final release, then I think that's where it'll be the adequate time to start getting excited fully for it. At least
It's
for
a
me.
Sony game.
Now, one thing I find that seems to be a very hard balance for developers is to showcase the game's combat system, make it look fluid, and then get it in the hands of the gamer and have them replicate that fluidity.
Yeah.
So, like, for
True.
example, you'll see it all the time. It's the same clip that goes around, but people are using it for an argument and they can't pull it off themselves. With both God of War and Horizon, right? It was like, oh, people say that the combat sucks or is boring, but then they'll show the same clip of somebody pulling some stuff off in the game.
The Horizon, the
Yeah,
long
it's-
neck thing, swing on the
Right,
long neck and
it's the
shoot something.
same-
It's like
I was like,
cool, but I've seen it before.
show me what you did. You can't. All right, cool, whatever. But I'm curious to see how they pull that off, because me and the kids have been playing the Dead is Disco demo. And
Heard
that
sounds pretty
game is solid. Like, they even emphasized in the beginning, like, hey, we want y'all to mod this game. Like, that's the whole sole purpose of it. So I threw some of my songs in there. Like, my son had some other songs he wanted me to throw in there because it's easy to obtain music and then throw it in there. So we got the music, threw it in there, and my rule of thumb is if it's not above 120 BPM, don't throw it in there, because then it's gonna go slow. It's gonna go super slow. But nonetheless,
if it's not above 120,
if it's not
BPM?
above 120 BPM, because
I got you.
yeah, the thing.
Oh, if it's
like,
not, okay, understood.
this is supposed to be like a fast-paced, like kung fu situation, to where if you throw like an 80 BPM song in there, it's gonna move to the beat, but it's gonna be Drunken Master. So
playing the drunken fist game at last.
so it's not gonna be
At
like that
last.
fast pace, but nonetheless, because they don't throw so many button inputs at you, but there's so many different animations, it looks like you are a master at that game. Like, it makes you look like you're doing everything fluid. They have the right cues in the right place to make it move the right way. So I'm curious if they found out how to do that without someone having to master combos or master certain things to make this look as fluid as it can be, not as what they first showed off, but as it could be. And I think that's very difficult, for somebody that's not willing to master the game, but just genuinely say, hey, I want to pull that off. And then if they can't pull it off, they walk away from it.
Yeah.
Because you've shown them the
the
mountaintop.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true.
I'm pressing the 2 buttons they pressing. Oh, cause they pressing like 7, 8 at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That I think, and so like that's one of those things where you really and it's funny because I think that's a lot how Crimson Desert was. Like people were watching like, oh, you can do this, oh, you can do that. And it was like, yeah, but you got to know how to really do the combinations of buttons like this. It's a little weird. What's so I think what was so I won't say inaccurate, but I think what really kind of pushed people away is how many reviewers or content creators were like, yeah, the combat is weird. The combat is weird. The combat is weird. And so that turned a lot of people off because it's like, man, if the combat is really that weird, like, why would I want to put myself through like these weird button presses? I'm here to say that that's not the case. Like the combinations of buttons are really not that weird.
And that's what I kept hearing. It's like, oh, the controller layout is weird of how you play this game.
Crimson Desert.
Yeah, it's not really.
It was just a learning curve, just adapting MMORPG.
Which people don't
like. And it's
that is a weird translation, but I mean, it's probably just a learning curve.
It's not even really like a high learning curve at that. L1 is your light attack, R1 is your light attack, R2 is your heavy attack.
Ironically, I love that kind of combat style. To me, it got introduced and then I remember with shooters, it was introduced to me with Killzone. Now, because I was doing L2 and R2, it was like, no, it's L1, R1. I was like, oh, that's different.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, I like it better.
L1 plus triangle is a stab. L1 plus L1 triangle. Now you did a three combo attack. L1 plus X is a spin attack, and L1 plus O is your counter.
It's not that crazy.
Kind of like modifiers.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's not complicated at all. Now when you watch people who are experts who are like, do an attack and then juggle them up in the air and then be doing all this stuff and then knocking them down. Okay, yeah, that's difficult. I haven't learned how to figure out that, but like,
like fighting games though.
Do you really need all of that to beat a person? No, you don't need all that. You don't need all that to beat somebody. You can just keep it regular. Do I need Godzilla and the X-Wing and the super cruiser to fly around in and Tears of the Kingdom to beat something? No, you don't need all that. It's just cool. It's just cool to see.
Cool. Everybody
you construct the Star Destroyer while you pulling up to what was Hyrule Castle.
Yeah. It's just one of those situations. So, but yeah, any other games that we're looking forward to? A trailer or anything like that may be showing up. I know there was talks of Hogwarts 2, but I will save that because I don't know how.
I would imagine it's coming soon because Epic
just
released Hogwarts Legacy for free on Epic.
Oh wow!
So like now you get the game straight
out. The reboot, the retelling or whatever they're called, the HBO Max show for Harry Potter.
That's coming up.
That's airing this holiday fall. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they have some lined up, at least an announcement. I would not be surprised. Yeah, I guess other stuff for me. I'd like to hear more about Turok Origins for sure. Last thing we heard,
that's supposed to be this year.
Yeah, and that is Saber, and Saber be juggling like a dozen things. So we'll see. But I mean, I'm curious. I'm interested in it. I'm not. What's the Game Freak game called again? Oh man, I forgot.
Who? The Beast Reincarnation.
Yes, Beast of Reincarnation. Yeah, I think that's like an August game or something. But yeah, I'm curious to see more of that. I don't know if I'm like get it day one or anything, but I'm just want to see more of it.
Yeah, what's August?
There's something. Well, we just got the date for the Star Wars Galactic Racer. That's October 6th, which is exciting.
I ain't picking it up until they release the Switch 2 version. I ain't doing that. You're not gonna do that.
You know what?
Me.
I do. Well, I don't know release time. I have no clue, but I do think a Switch 2 version is coming. I'll wait and see. I mean, granted, I got a Screamer, and I'm probably not going to be like consider myself good at that until like another month. I would think maybe like drifting and not hitting walls. Yeah, like that's half the battle. But yeah, we'll see about that. Oh man, there's some other stuff I'm blanking on.
Eternal Life of Goldman is one that's always on my list.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when that's dropping.
Let's see what else. Forza 6, of course.
I'm gonna wait for this discount. I'm gonna be honest. I'll probably get that next year when it's on discount.
Yeah, I want it, but I think it deserves to wait.
Let me see.
Yeah. They show some like just straight up racing or driving through like the Tokyo downtown, the countryside, and the Tokyo drift highways and stuff. It all looks great. Seasons are back from Forza Horizon 4. I don't know why that was gone 5, but yeah, seasons are back again, so that's cool.
Yeah.
And that's this month. That's in May right now. I'm still getting used to the fact it's May. It's crazy.
Oh, Lego Batman.
Oh yeah,
Lego Batman.
Lego
I was
Batman.
just talking with a friend of mine about that. Yeah,
Nah.
there's no Switch 2 day for that yet.
No, I mean it's getting the crash out moment right now though, because they released the recommended specs for PC.
Let me look that up.
Nasty. Everybody's like, wait a minute, this is a Lego game. I was like, but it's not your typical Lego game though.
It's an open world Lego game.
It's an open world Lego
and
game.
they're doing like the Star Wars Skywalker saga thing, where it's like all of the movies jam packed in there.
People were not happy with those specs. Ooh, they were not happy. They was like, hey, y'all need to like optimize this. I was like, oh, so now y'all want optimization. Like,
Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. Did they change it?
Oh, you want the title?
No. The specs.
The specs. I never knew the specs until I saw people complaining about them.
Oh, you know what? Maybe this isn't the full specs on the Steam page. Maybe they're doing like the 007 First Light.
Yeah.
Where they're like,
oh wait, Twitter. Whoops. That's where I saw it.
Twitter. Let me see. All right,
yeah.
I'm gonna look. All right, y'all continue. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Go that way.
Yeah, because okay, here we go. So the first thing that popped up. All right. So for the minimum, you need to have the processor needs to be an Intel Core i5 or AMD Ryzen 5 1600, 16 gigs of RAM with an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 960 with 4 gigs, or an AMD Radeon RX 6400 4 gigs, or Intel Arc A580 with 8 gigs. Low, and that's low 1080p at 30 frames per second with FSR or XeSS balance and frame gen enabled. If you want 60 frames, which is the next recommended, which is at 1440p 60 frames with DLSS, FSR or XeSS quality and frame gen, you need an i7, a Core i7 and AMD Ryzen 7 5800, 16 gigs of RAM again. You need a 2070 with 8 gigs, AMD Radeon RX 6650 XT 8 gigs, Intel Arc B580 12 gigs. And then the 4K one is where people are losing their mind.
Oh,
everybody wants to do 4K and they don't understand how beefy 4K is.
Man, I ain't never my PC. No. My eyesight sucks too. Like
mine can do it, and I still don't do it. I still take it to 1080.
I mean, I could do this. Well, I could go up to my TV there, but I'm not trying. Everything's too expensive. I'm not trying to put too much strain on anything.
So with this one, for 4K, you need a i7 14700K or an AMD Ryzen 7 9700X, 24 gigs of RAM. 24 gigs of RAM, sir. You need a 4070 with 12 gigabytes. AMD Radeon RX 970 XT with 16 gigabytes. And that will get you 4K 60 frames with DLSS, FSR, or XeSS quality frame gen enabled.
Yo, you wilding out. Run that back, because my 3080 ain't running it at 4K.
Yeah, that's kind of now that is surprising, because I have a 4070 Ti Super,
right?
And the fact that it's in that ballpark for what is this? Wait, that's 4K 60.
Yeah, but you need 24 gigs of RAM though.
Yeah, that's such a.
I got the
weird-
RAM. The RAM is okay. I got 64,
Yeah,
but the
I-
fact that it's
yeah.
outdoing the 3080.
They just leapfrog it. They're like, don't do that. Just get the
Yeah.
4000.
The 30's not even being mentioned. It's just the 20. It goes
That's
from 2070 to 4070. Like the 30 ain't even
Man.
mentioned.
That's
But yeah.
disrespectful.
So I'm
That's
curious to see
1000.
how mine runs on this because I have 32 gigs of RAM and I have a what is it? A 5070, but it's a laptop 5070. It's not like your desktop 5070.
Oh, they do. They still do mobile. Oh, not mobile. They still do the laptop. Oh, I thought they stopped doing that with the 4000.
Because this and unless they just did it for well not AMD but for ROG, for the ROG Nook that I got, yeah,
got
they it's got to because it's only
Gotcha.
about this big. So
Yeah, SoC type deal.
yeah, so I mean, I got the RAM. I mean, I got the I got an i7 in mine, and then so I'm good, but I'm not doing it 4K either way. But I'll definitely do these recommended for sure. And even with the recommended, I'm still keeping that 1080. I'm not jumping to 1440.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Keep that overhead.
I mean, I can understand the not so happiness about it because that's
Yeah, the
crazy,
fact
but-
that they leapfrog the 3000 Nvidia cards, that's
Mhm.
that's disrespectful.
literally
Like,
the comments.
those-
You need to delay this game and optimize it. This is just not acceptable.
You need to delay it.
Developers need to stop using Unreal Engine. They want to save money by doing so much.
Oh,
Don't think about the
yeah.
millions that lose because
it's
people don't buy that
UE5
game.
Yeah.
That's probably the switch to like we don't have a date yet because UE5
Mhm.
is. I heard there's it's supposed to be better soon on like the lower spec machines running UE5, but at the end of the
I
day,
would
it's
imagine
UE5.
so.
Yeah, they probably just got to put out some update for the engine.
Yeah, because as much as I want this game, I'm still willing to wait to see if they do a Switch announcement. I'll wait. Like, I got enough to
that'll be a cool 30. Well, see, this is a $70. So they'll probably do like a $40 discount, like down to 40. That'll be a cool $40 discount, like within a year's time at most.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, because I didn't realize this game was 70. Yeah, I'm really gonna cool on this for a minute.
Yeah, because like what was it, the Skywalker Saga joint? Yeah, because when that one came out on Switch, because I forgot whose video I watched. Was it Switch Up or was it digital? One of them. It was one of them on YouTube, and I was like, oh, this looks like a pretty solid version on the Switch. Like all of those, all the Star Wars, whatever. It was a pretty solid, pretty solid offering. Resolution lower as usual, but I think for the I don't remember what the frame rate target was, but it looked solid. It didn't look like it was running in some dookie frame tracing and all that stuff. And like you're underwater. So
I was trying to see if there were any other games that were on my wish list that actually came up. And the only two that are on my wish list, three. Tides of Annihilation. We still don't have a release date on that. Fate's End. At Fate's End, I know you guys ask me every single time, like, what's at Fate's End?
What's that?
Yeah,
That's
what is it?
that one. I'm pretty sure is more of an indie title, but it's the one that like you're the princess who has like the psychic powers and the sword. Yeah, I would show y'all, but y'all just have to look it up. And every single time I say that, y'all like, oh yeah, this one looks good. It's by Thunder Lotus developer.
Oh, what's it called?
Oh, Thunder Lotus.
At Fate's End.
At Fate.
At Fate's End. Yeah, you got me looking at my wish list. List.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's it.
At Fate's End.
It's just so forgettable for me, and I don't know. Like it's
the
is.
Wait a
name.
minute.
Yeah.
Is this the? Oh wait, no. This isn't one. Wait.
I think this
Is this
showed up
the-
at
Is this the people that
PlayStation.
made Spear Fair? Is this them?
I don't know.
It looks like their arts. Let me.
You said Spirit
Yes,
Fair?
it is.
Yeah, it
Yes.
is.
That's them. Okay. This game. Yeah, because it's been a while. We go long stretches of time without seeing or hearing about it.
Mm-hmm.
But they make good games. I trust them. Let them cook, etc., etc. Let me put
Yeah.
this on my wish list actually. Let me follow it on Steam. So.
And then probably the biggest game to ever be announced ever in our lifetime. The biggest game, period. Like there's no question of any game bigger than this game. Wu-Tang: Rise of the Deceiver.
Dog,
That's all about
see,
that game.
that is. I thought that was on my wish list. Yeah, wait. Yes, it is. Wu-Tang Rise of the Deceiver. That's one of them games where I'm gonna put in the back of my mind, and when it shows itself again, then I'll remember and get excited.
You'd be like, "Oh snaps! Here they are." Yeah.
Yup. Just like what do you call it? That's how I treat Metroid Prime 4 over the years. I was like, cool. When you're ready to show how the game is again, then I'll remember it and get excited.
Yeah. It says.
Completely forgot. Capcom's Onimusha.
Oh yeah, forgot about Onimusha.
And then, are y'all touching Marvel? How you pronounce it? Tokon, or what? How you pronounce it?
No,
I will be watching
I'm
the
not.
streamers.
I will. Yeah.
I'm one of those. It's like, man, I want to get these fighting games, and then I'm like, yeah, I suck.
Now,
Yeah.
okay, so the fine game, excuse me, the fine game I am going to get though. I don't know if I'm gonna be good at it, but I'm gonna get off the strength of I like the original series. I'm getting at Avatar Legends. Avatar Legends, and the other reason too is it's because it's $30, so it's priced pretty well. It's all hand drawn stuff. You don't see hand drawn fine games like ever anymore.
And I wouldn't have known Invincible came out today if I didn't follow cerertain people. It's been kind of quiet.
Yeah, it kind of snuck up.
Yeah,
I was watching the stream of it yesterday, actually, and I was on Twitter, and he does YouTube. So GK, he was streaming part of it, and that game actually gets kind of high level, not on some like Justin Wong versus Daigo Evo Grand Finals type joint, but like there's some sauce in that game for real. You can do some like light cancels from like Marvel vs. Capcom. You can do assists and constantly link them in the air. So it definitely has some sauce. Probably not. That's a game I will get much later on the discount. Run through the story one time, be like, that was cool, and then move on with my life.
Yeah. I'm
wishing for
kinda
the
giving
best for
up.
that game.
I've given up on everything except for Smash at this point.
Shoot, I mean, I don't even know if I'm going to be super into the next Smash personally. Not on some Smash sucks or whatever. I don't know. Like Ultimate, I'm kind of content with that. Whenever I want to play, it's there. It's got Banjo Kazooie in it. The next game, I feel tired. I've been in the hype cycle for every Smash since Brawl, and that was like high school for me. Like outside the cool trailers, I'm just not going to be in the circle of it this time. I'm just going to let it release naturally. I'll enjoy Sakurai's social media presence when he decides to do so, and then that's it. Whoever gets in, cool. Watch people get mad. Watch people get mad that
I buy them every time, and I'm like, man, I'm not that good. So why do I keep purchasing this? Like,
yeah, there was a time where I cared of being like really good amongst my friends of Smash Bros. Now, Smash Bros, just the game. Now I'm just like, I don't know. I feel I'm just at the age. I'm just kind of like cool. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh man, yes, the one game I'm waiting for. I'll just be like, cool. Sakurai at it again. Let's see what they got for us this time.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the first though.
Until Kratos shows up.
Oh right. Yeah, right. Now, yeah. Master Chief in the opening trailer. Like he'll be like the snake reveal.
Right.
Master Chief. It'll be weird because Halo stock's fell off a long time.
It'd be funny if he ends up having if he's ended up being like a skin of Snake. Like, oh,
that would be funny. And just give him an energy sword. It's like like
he's got one different move. We're like, what? No,
they can create with Master Chief. They could do a lot without him just being like, oh, I'm using a battle rifle or an assault rifle or whatever.
Yeah,
definitely get creative if they want to.
So other than that, any other games that we got?
I think it's kind of quiet for the back half.
It's been quiet. There's a handful of indies, but those pop up whenever they pop up. Actually, there's an indie game coming out next week called Motor Slice, and it's like a single. It's one of those single person dev type games. It's kind of like, if you're like this anime-esque character who has a chainsaw, and you're going through these kind of, what do you call it? These kind of industrial looking environments, and for some reason you're fighting construction like vehicles or whatever, and then like you fight these huge bosses. That's pretty much, you gotta scale them like Shadow of the Colossus. Like you have to climb all the way up and find the weak point and do that stuff. It's an interesting game, but it's an indie, so you know. I don't even know if it's coming out on the Switch 2 ever. It's coming out on all the consoles, but Switch 2, so who knows? Probably just a matter of time. But other than that, you know, indies, there's a dime a dozen of them. But,
I would say not another game, but we have an accessory coming out here next week. Steam controller.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to talk about the price, but I will be getting it. Again, I'm not talking about the price.
Honestly, price aside, for somebody that purchases a lot of controllers,
yeah,
it's fair.
Yeah, because I mean, look, what's over there? My other Steam controller is back there behind me on that shelf. So I was one of the people that went to GameStop when they had the fire sale and it was like $15, $20.
I got mine day one. I spent all that
You
money.
got- I mean, hey, it's a different time.
Yeah.
I was curious, but I was also a broke college student in between. So I was just like, it's cool. I will be. I'm definitely gonna try to get it if it doesn't become sold out. Like it's a friggin' what's that company called that makes some who make the Analog Pocket? That company. They'd be like,
Analog?
hey, Analog, yes. I said the name, I blanked completely as I said it. Oh my god. Analog, yes. The name is the name of all their stuff like Nintendo. Yeah, Analog. Yeah, like they'll be like, hey, we got something new, and then like frame one, it's sold out. I just hope that doesn't happen for the Steam controller.
I mean, hopefully not, and because I would imagine they'll put some on the back burner to be able to sell with the Steam machine. But yeah, I mean, they have to get that out because that's the one that doesn't have to worry about RAM. And even when I see all these comparisons, I'm like, okay, here's the difference. There's another controller that can be compared to this controller. Mm-hmm. I even looked at myself. I was like, what other controllers have trackpads? None. Like they wanted to mention the PS5, but the PS5's trackpad doesn't work like these do in game.
Yeah, that's just a big old home button. Basically.
That's all it is. Yeah. So that's why I was like, this is a unique controller that if it means anything, TMR sticks that also have where you can do gyro. It has the buttons on the back, has their rumble. I don't know if they'll dub it as anything special. But it's built for Steam.
They actually, you know what? They call it high definition rumble.
Oh, not HD. Hey, but high definition rumble.
Not HD, those are 2 letters.
Yep. Wait a minute. So is this the one that has like 15 buttons on it?
This is the one that has like your standard buttons with the 2 touch pads and then the 4 back buttons. Yeah. Okay. So I guess you could say 15, but it's
it does have like Jack said, it's the 4 back button, which I have to get used to because I'm used to just 2. Mm-hmm. Now, yeah, I mean what they did, and this was the main issue. Hold on.
The first one.
Yeah. So like when you see this, and you don't see like more than one stick, control stick, you're scaring away most people that play video games for the past 25 years. They're running for the hills. They're never looking at this ever again.
Yeah,
they fixed that by making this pretty much like a Steam Deck type setup without the screen.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Which that makes sense. So really, there's like 2 people. There's 2 people that's gonna be buying this. There's gonna be like Jack and I, whoever else that had this one, and we're like, this is cool if you sit down and tinker with it with certain games, but not standardized by any means. Is a cool conversation starter. And then everybody else who got Steam Decks. So.
Yeah, I like it solely because 1, I like controllers, but then 2, I have my PC in my living room. Mm-hmm. So there are games that while they do have controller function, they work best with mouse and keyboard. So for example, playing Car Mechanic Simulator, that game does have controller functions. It's just not the best. We even play Planet Coaster. Planet Coaster is on consoles, and they have it mapped out very well. Like I have to give them kudos. Like they have it mapped out well, but when you use it with keyboard and mouse, night and day difference. So the fact that you can have this the touchpad on your right side as your mouse, and then of course you're still using your stick to move around and do everything else, I think that's a win-win. There's no other controller that can do that. If you have a nice little setup to where you can have your keyboard and your mouse and you sitting on your couch, cool, power to you.
Boom.
But because I even
Never could do
contemplated,
that.
I even contemplated on getting the one hand keyboard, because they have those that they sell to where it's a half a keyboard.
I've
and
seen those.
Yeah, you either get it to where it has the letters on there, or it has just like 1 through whatever, and then you can just, you know, assign whatever you want to assign it to. Thought about it, but then once again, it comes back down to certain games. You got to type stuff in, and there you go. You killed half the keyboard. So like it's, you know, you never win in that situation. So I'm curious to see how this pans out. $100. They'll go up for sale on May 4th. I just don't know when we'll be getting them. So that's gonna be the interesting part too.
Yeah, because I mean, one, I want to get this because, again, like you, Jay, I like controllers, especially on PC stuff, and two, want to make content for it as well on the channel. You know, yeah, I don't really know how long this will take. If this is like a Steam Deck thing, when that first came out, I guess for anyone that's like, where's Valve? Look, Valve is in the Pacific Northwest, or are they just in the West Coast?
I have no idea.
I forgot. I just know they're on the West Coast somewhere in the United States. But yeah, I imagine those who are over there will probably, I can see them getting it within like next week. I can see that. Now for the rest of us over here on the East Coast, Midwest, maybe later in May. I will hope later in May.
Yeah.
Funny enough, this is probably of the 3 things they announced with all this hardware push. This was the one thing I was like, that's the day one. Steam Frame. Steam Frame.
Yeah, Frame.
Yeah. That
I gave
was
up
one.
on that.
Yeah, powers that be. It is what it, like. I can't really justify me personally getting that right now with my current setup. When I become a homeowner in the future, that'll change things. But I'm not even there yet. But yeah, I'll look at that later. And then the VR joint is not anywhere in my. I'm not interested in that personally at all. But yeah, the controller, 100%. Hopefully, it does ships and delivers by before this month ends.
Yeah.
Okay.
With that being said, I think we are going to get out of here because we're at the 3-hour mark, which we haven't been in a while. We haven't been at anything in a while. So, with that being said, Jack, what you got up for us?
Honestly, man, if anything, it'll be similar to what Geronimo was mentioning about the controller or the Steam controller. I've already posted a video in regards to the Niantic Seas Hyper Kin 3 controllers.
You got those?
Yeah. I got them like super early. Like I said, when I got them, I wasn't expecting them. They were at my front door and I had canceled my order. So I was like, why are you here? But
they find your channel, they're like, hey, he'll do something. He'll record.
That's my thing. I still need to go and look through my bank account because I don't know if they took payment. I'm not sure. But anyway, but nonetheless, for those of you that didn't see it, I gave it a 7 out of 10, or gave them a 7 out of 10, solely because of the things that, how can I put it? Some of the things that are wrong with them, as well as what's coming up around the corner. They do have some competition that are not only better, but they're priced better. And that's the biggest thing that kills this, because it is $127, my friend.
Oh wow!
For these controllers. Now, did I pay $127? No, I did not. I went, and because the $127 is the sale price, quote unquote. But of course, there's content creators. They got their affiliate link codes, and I was able to get it cheaper, as well as a bundle with the case to get it cheaper. So if you have not seen that video, go check it out. It's the latest video I have. And then also to,
is it on your channel?
Yeah.
It is.
And so
okay, I see.
Outside of that, music. We are kind of trying to get into the final stages of it, because I haven't touched music as much as I haven't touched gaming. I gotta get back into it. I went and I asked for a lot of favors, and then still hadn't sent them anything because I stepped away and I had to do my own personal thing. But if I asked you for anything, or if you told me that you will do anything, I'll send you stuff your way. But nonetheless, music's coming up. It's already sounding amazing. You gotta do some more tweaks here and there, and then yeah, that's about it, man. Just keep watching the channel, keep subscribing to everybody else, keep showing love and support. We appreciate you guys, and yeah, that's it, man.
Okay, Geronimo, how about you, man?
Man, so this past week, the past 2 weekends I was working. 2 weekends ago, last week I was out of town for pretty much all last weekend. I was on vacation straight up. So this week, last week and this week, I put out a couple of videos. Did like an unboxing of the new microphone I got. And it is what it is. And that. Did unboxing for the where are they? Here they are. The Joy-Con's not in it, but the Joy-Con mold is called the Next.
Yeah.
Mouse Shell 2-pack. And yeah, I do like it a lot actually. It's pretty good. I'm probably gonna use this going forward for anything MouseCon on Switch 2. I also put out a video recently about my pickups for the year so far. I don't know if I'll make another one because just go ahead and watch that video. Show us some love. Convince me that y'all want to see more of those later this year. But yeah, as far as new videos, I'm gonna wrap up Pragmata hopefully tomorrow. So I think I'm gonna get a video out and kind of talk about my whole thoughts of the game as a whole on Switch 2, and that'll be the next thing for sure. And I'm gonna do a video talking about why I think at least the game Screamer should be on your radar. And that's the next few videos for sure, unless something else crazy happens or I get the Steam controller like immediately. So yeah, so that should be the lookout to at least for the month of May. June, I'm gonna work on a video. I know everyone and their mom's about to do one probably. Next month will be the 1-year anniversary of the Switch 2 releasing June 5th. So I'm gonna try and get my personal year in review of the Switch 2. So I'm gonna start working on that probably next week, so it can be a quality video. But other than that, like Jack said, subscribe to everyone here. Tell your friends, your mom, them, your cousin, your homie down the way. Tell everybody to come through.
Yes, all right, and y'all know how we do here on the Stormcast. Make sure you subscribe to everybody. But we are here every Saturday. Again, we back at 7 o'clock, not 7:30. Hold on, wait a minute, time out. At 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock every Saturday. You can catch us here. On Sunday, we have the Winging It podcast, also at 7 o'clock. And on Monday, we have the Juices Loose podcast. Now, I want to throw this out here now, and I will be saying it until we actually go. But you will find the Stormcast over at DreamCon. We will be at DreamCon. So if you guys are in the Houston area in Texas, we will be there, and we will be giving out swag. Is that what we call it? Swag? We'll be giving out swag.
Yeah,
we're throwing out some Sandstorm swag. So make sure that you guys, thank you, merch. That's what I was looking for. We're throwing out the merch. If you guys are going to DreamCon, make sure you guys find us. And we got some free merch to give out. Other than that, we thank you guys so much for coming through. We really appreciate you sticking with us, even in our drought time. Or, well, not the drought time, because it was honeymoon time. But anyway, we got to pray before we get out of here. Thank you guys so much for allowing us to have the safe space and to be able to talk about the games that we are excited for, the things that we are excited for. We thank you for all of the subscribers and hope that you, and we ask, we don't hope, though, we ask that you keep them in a great mind and a great mind space for this coming week. We appreciate you staying close to them and keeping them in your hand, your righteous right hand. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you guys so much for coming through. We really appreciate you all, and we will see you guys later. Peace.